there's a lot of screaming in that, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's Halloween. Scary.
Wow. Holy hell. Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee, thank you for your service. Appreciate it.
I never serve time.
Are you dressed up like Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH this morning?
Yeah, that's it.
You got that camo look, yeah.
You can't see me.
Well, if
That's
we were in
right.
the
I'm
jungle,
camouflaged.
possibly. Christy's at the Silac News Desk.
I saw a camo boat over the weekend with a camo engine.
Yeah.
Why do fishermen need to be camoed?
They're probably duck hunters,
Oh.
and they go and find their blinds
hey.
and post up.
Hey, don't sleep on those fish. They can see.
Wow.
All right.
Good point.
There's
You
Jeff
gotta-
Oskey.
Jump up and.
Ace Cosby.
I've never seen that before.
We have not heard from Mr. Josh.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
I had a little chat with him.
Oh, how did he do in his
How'd he
fishing
do?
thing?
Well, as of Saturday, his largest fish was 2 pounds 8 ounces, which is not gonna win.
Not going to win anything.
Okay.
But who knows what happened yesterday?
Yeah.
It's the
He could have
competition.
caught the $100,000 bass.
That's right. Just one. That's all it takes, Tom. Just one.
You don't think he would have let us know?
It's Josh. Probably not.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You're right.
If I did something like that, I wouldn't call you.
You wouldn't?
Hell no. It's my business. Stay out of my business. Don't you spend enough time in my business in this place? Yes.
I don't care. But now
There
Josh's
you go.
business, what would a likely winner be in one of these bass competitions?
Oh, for the large bass? Well, on the bass competition, what they do is like you turn in your either 3 or 5 best fish, and they weigh them, together.
Oh.
So, but the big bass, maybe 7, 8 pounds.
Whoa.
Will take
All
home
right.
100,000.
Okay.
That's a big
Depending
that's a
on
big
where
fish.
you are in the country,
So-
they have different.
So these bass aren't the size of like a golden retriever, right? I mean, these are just fish.
No, it's not like a catfish.
But they,
All right.
and they use, I heard him say you have to take a lie detector test.
Yeah, at the end to make sure you didn't cheat. And
Yes, they don't want someone raising a bass for 20 years and then
Exactly.
sticking on a hook. And
oh, there's been people who've like taken cages with fish and sunk them.
Sure.
And then they'll raise them up and take the fish out. And
I think they also work with a scuba diver or
Yeah.
something
Oh.
to coordinate all that.
yeah, they've done it all.
Yeah.
well, the show Bad Monkey
Yeah.
that's on right now, there's a thing about a guy rigging a fishing line, and that apparently is based on actual events that occurred in which suckers were going out into Florida fishing, and someone would attach like a sailfish that had been dead that was in a refrigerator down below, stick it on a hook, throw it in, and have the guy reel it in, and
Wouldn't surprise me.
yeah.
$100,000. People do a lot for that.
Well, I mean, some of the top fishing teams
Yes.
earn millions every year.
Really?
Yeah, it's $1 million sport. There is a lot to be lost.
Well, they've
and
got
won.
sponsorship and everything.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they X-ray him or something.
Yeah.
Because
They run metal detectors
Oh,
over
because
them.
they had weights in them.
remember the one in Cleveland.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite part of this. And didn't they just add like fish meat?
Yeah.
They stuffed it
Fillets.
into the fish.
Yeah, they went to the freezer aisle and grabbed some
I'll
bird
tell you
on
what, they'll never catch on. They'll look inside, it's all fish meat.
Yeah.
Wow, they don't know. Yeah.
it.
They're
Already
carnivores.
filleted. Yeah. I'd eat a lot more fish if they came with fillets already in them.
No joke.
That I didn't
That'd
have
be
to.
great.
As a kid, I hated fish sticks.
Oh, yeah?
Hated
Oh,
fish
one of my favorites.
Really?
But I want more breading than fish.
Yeah. I like the bread.
I like the Gordon's fish
Yeah,
sticks.
I'm with
I
no?
probably should try them
You don't
again.
like that breading?
Mrs. Paul's.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, they're
I'll
fine.
die on that hill. Mrs. Paul's, baby.
I like Gordon's.
But I will say this: my favorite thing at McDonald's is the fish sandwich. So that's
pretty good.
Go figure.
Oh, I saw the chicken Big Mac yesterday when I was.
Is it out?
It's gorgeous.
Yes,
It's gorgeous.
It's out. It's grilled chicken.
I got wrapped up in football yesterday and forgot to order it. But
yeah, it was on the board.
absolutely gorgeous, Tom. So you got your Big Mac ingredients instead of a
Oh, I understand
beef.
what it.
chicken.
I'm a big chicken eater.
Oh yeah.
Coming up, speaking of eating, we have a animal on its way to the slaughter that didn't make it. No, it's good news.
So is it? So they're going to let it because it escaped. They don't.
Yeah, there was an
There's
issue.
an unspoken law that he can live. He can be turned out to stud, right?
I'm not sure how studly it'll be. We'll find out. But it's kind of a happy ending. Great dog story coming up today. Just a beautiful dog story. Saw a bunch of great dogs over
A lost dog come back to its family after years?
No, much better than that.
You saw a lot of dogs over the weekend.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
You go to a dog parade?
No, I was just
Went to the kennel
around.
Did they have that dog parade again over there in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
The big old dog parade? No? Okay.
Just walking around, saw dogs.
Saw a couple really exotic dogs.
Exotic dogs.
Okay, like what is exotic?
This guy had like a 60-pound, blue-eyed, beautiful coat. It was some
Husky?
kind of. It's like a Louisiana hunting dog.
Oh, okay.
like a
Not
tick hound?
Not AKC. Those AKC breeds. Some of them are so weird and dumb. But
I beg your pardon.
Oh, they have dogs no one has.
Yeah, but you have a golden retriever. That's an AKC brand.
Yes, and if there's any dogs owners in this room who have dogs are certified and blue ribboned out the ass.
Oh, I got a
dog.
Yeah.
One of my dogs coming out of its ass. He had a triple deuce, very rare performance yesterday morning. Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Well, it means I had. Here's what it means.
Bloop, bloop.
Okay,
It means you only had two bags.
You're close. Now, I want you to do the math with me on this one.
Okay.
At this particular journey, I had 2 of my dogs.
Okay.
And I had 4 bags. And the little guy did a double.
All right, so you got 2 left.
So I've got 2 left. And then the other one, Miss Hattie, did a triple. Pitch black, 6:30 in the morning on Sunday. So then I had to remember where it was.
Can you give yourself a break?
And go back to this guy's yard to find it.
See?
And I've got my hat on with the light. I can't find it, so I waited till daylight and went back later and
do you want me to be honest
found the offending pile.
I know what you're going to say because I would do the same thing.
I'm leaving that crap
Me
there.
too.
No.
It's good for your
Yeah.
lawn, sir.
No.
Don't hassle me, man. I'm going home.
But a triple and substantial. I mean, it looked like
Where do you feed those dogs?
I don't know. This one looked like a Dairy Queen.
Is that the one that was sick last
Yes,
week?
yeah.
No, I've done where you have to tie. I always tie off right above it,
Yeah.
and then if there's another one, then you add to that, and then tie off right above
There's not
it.
enough room.
You got to work at it. I mean, it's not ideal, but
Because you're going to
done.
get. Because once you've tied it off, you can't. Because you put it on your hand. And, yeah, I'm from now on. I'm taking 5 bags. That's all
Well,
there
you
is to
guys
it.
both know that I've started picking my dog when they go to the bathroom. I'm right there by their anus as it comes
Holding
out.
it? Catching it?
I catch it right in the bag,
Yeah?
Tom. Mm-hmm. Mostly with this hand.
You don't use a mitt.
No, you open your bag and I've got
Stick
the
it right
gallon.
up at the butt?
I've got the gallon Ziploc bags.
Oh, yes.
And it just plops right in there, man.
Keep adding to it till it's full.
Yeah,
You know, you could add one of those.
I leave it on the kitchen sink until it's full.
You could add
don't
a
put it in the
bag to
fridge?
one of those long poker stick things, and you could hold it out underneath.
No, that's no fun.
Okay, well, we can move on
The
here.
Golden's on to me. She knows what I'm doing already.
You want to feel the humidity coming off back.
All I was saying was we have a really happy lassie-like dog story coming
Yeah,
up.
sweet.
What a
What's the
great dog.
deal when they stare at you? Your dog stares at you when they do the pedal on the butt across the carpet. You know how they pedal across the butt and wipe their ass on your carpet?
Yes.
They just stare at you.
It's staring at you saying, I have worms. Please do something about
It's
it.
personal, right? In that case?
Or my, what's that gland? Anal gland is.
Yeah, your glands.
Needs,
Your their anal glands need
Could you
expressed. every now
express
and
me, please?
I'd like an espresso.
then. I don't think.
Wait a minute. Could we move
not
on?
set up
I'm
for
so
that.
sorry.
Okay.
Coming up, we have some fascinating things in the world of sports.
Okay, we
And-
got the Major League Baseball playoffs. We got another weekend of the NFL, and I went crazy over the weekend. I
picked them all.
I picked all the games on Sunday.
We'll find
Picked
out.
them all,
We'll
baby.
find out how it came out. Right now,
yeah.
the survey says more than 60% of Americans over 50 are getting worried about having enough money when they retire. So, anybody here want more to worry about in life?
No,
No.
God, thanks.
Yeah, here
no,
you go.
thanks.
Well, maybe you can take some of those concerns away by checking out something called an annuity. What it's all about is having that check come every month after you've retired. And Silac Insurance Annuity Experts. So see what I'm talking about and see if you qualify by checking out Silac by going to silacins.com. That's SILAC. Or you can just go to bobandtom.com where we have the famous Chick McGee video talking about Silac and get you hooked up just to get some information. Restrictions apply. Find out if you qualify. Once again, that nice check coming to your bank account each month because Uncle Sam and Social Security probably won't cut it. And This is assuming it's still even there in 10 years. And not to mention the fact that you're typically, most of our jobs, we don't get a nice gold watch and, we're going to keep paying you because we liked you so much all those years. Nope. Those days are gone. Find out about annuities. SILAC, SILACINS.com. And we're happy to say that Christy Lee is at the SILAC Insurance Company News Desk. Mr. McGee at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. Coming up, interesting sporting news, a review of a couple of things from last week.
Naked NFL players, NFL referee doesn't know what sport he's officiating. It's all happening, Tom.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, good
He's
to know.
Confused.
We have modern art in the news, raccoons gone wild, and Vanderbilt students gone wild. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
People, here's what people don't understand
go
about
on.
the Bob and Tom Show. I get to be the official greeter of our guests.
Great.
And I believe
Right.
we do have a guest waiting in the green room.
Sure.
And I would like to greet officially our guest,
Well, it's Jim Gaffigan.
Hi, how are
Jim
you, Christy
Gaffigan.
Lee?
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so nice
It is
to
great to
see
be
you.
here.
Not set up or anything.
You know
Wow, are you
that-
on you got your own reality show?
I do. It's called Nobody Really Cares What Christy Lee Does Behind the Scenes, but we're going to show it to him anyway. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, Jim. It's so good to see you.
Okay, let's move. Let's show people what you eat back here, Christy.
Oh, well, my favorite thing is right over here. This is called chocolate-covered raisins, or I call Nirvana.
Sure. Have a.
You know what's great is the way that's set up. It's
Yeah.
like there's tons of hands going in there,
Yes.
and so hands are usually covered with feces. So.
Yeah. He's absolutely right.
So now you're going to ruin my favorite
Enjoy.
snack in the green
The
room?
treat.
Well,
There used to be soup here in the morning. What happened to the soup? There used to be different things.
He
Or does it
retired.
come at like 9 or
He
something?
retired. So now we have to eat things that look like feces. So that's it.
Or is it kind of...
Here at the Bob and Tom Radio Laboratories, we've discovered that if you listen to the Bob and Tom Radio Show in the morning, you're going to be all right. However, if you don't listen, there could be some serious side effects, including general discomfort, memory loss, head spins, confusion, memory loss, itching.
Bob and Tom mornings on 104.7 WTUE.
Confusion, itching, bloating.
Hey, it's Josh from the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
A Swedish sexual rights group unilaterally proclaimed a new English term for what it considers one of the most misunderstood parts of the female anatomy.
Who's this group? I'm sorry.
A Swedish sexual rights group.
Okay.
They want to change the name of the hymen to the vaginal corona.
The vaginal corona?
Corona.
So does that mean it's still
Isn't
there?
that corona?
If there's a lime in it?
Corona. Corona, right?
What is
Corona.
Isn't that already taken?
Vaginal corona?
No, isn't corona already used in anatomy?
Well, not vaginal corona.
Not
You
vaginally.
can add the names. But vaginal corona.
Who was upset about the word hymen?
The group hoped the new term would displace the traditional Swedish word for hymen, which is too long and too weird for me to pronounce, which translates literally as virginity membrane and led to misconceptions about female sexuality.
You pronounce that the Phonortner.
The Phonortner?
The Phonortner.
I think it's the plug-in vagin.
The Phonortner. The plug-in vagin.
The plug-in vagin.
See
Come
why-
on.
Go with the
See why
Corona.
I sat on this story for 2 hours?
Come
and I
on
was
now.
worried about
Hyman's classic, like Yankees. You're not going to get rid of that.
But it was...
So this is just the Swedish. They don't want to change the English term. They just want to go. This
No,
is just
it's-
for
well,
the Swedish language. So I
Yes,
see.
the Swedish are changing.
because of the
So-
guilt associated with...
So it would be
if
as
it
if
breaks before you actually
Right.
have sex.
So
yeah, in case you
what's
have
the loose
Corona
translation?
has burst.
Yeah.
Oh, really? And
What do you
how
mean,
could,
the
how
loose
could that?
So I'm confused. So
And
what's
that
the
could
new
always
what's the
happen
new
accidentally.
Swedish word?
Vaginal corona.
But that's English.
I don't know what the Swedish word is.
They're the ones changing it.
I know, but it's hard to pronounce, I guess. Durkin.
Don't the Swedes with Tiger, don't they have enough trouble right now?
No,
Shouldn't they just be quiet about stuff for a little while?
Yeah, but it's sex over there.
It is, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
They are way ahead of us sexually. I can't argue with that.
Well, I can't wait to see the commercials.
Yeah.
If you get the Corona, they got the one right now where the limes are being... They're playing
the finger flip football.
Finger flip football with limes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can
also have the
imagine
other
if all
one
of a
where
sudden there's a
there's
hymen involved in that.
The guy's skipping rocks, and then he skips his phone.
Do you see the one where the woman and the man are sitting there in the lounge chairs looking out at the ocean, and the girl walks by, and the guy spends a little bit too much time looking at her?
Yeah.
And she
squirts
squeezes
him.
the line. He waits way too long to react. He jumps late.
It's because they're acting.
Yeah, that's a bad job.
And, the actor
it's just a bad job.
Used to having things squirted in his face.
Yeah, that's true. And the last thing that actor's interested in is a woman walking by in a bikini. That's
where the acting
They're all,
Let me get that phone call. Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Oh, hi, Donnie.
I think I've solved this puzzle while they're changing Hyma to Coronas.
Yeah?
Well, because everybody knows in fourth grade, English class, you learn about hymens. I mean, certain words are hymenated. Super Bowl, low pitch, doghouse,
No,
squirt gun.
Donnie, that's hyphen.
Hyphen.
It's all hymenated. Punt, pass, and kick, all of them.
Punt, pass, and kick. Okay, those are hyphens. Okay, we'll find out more about
Vaginal corona.
hymen talk. We'll come back. I'm very confused when we return.
Know it all.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here. Christy, Jeff Oskey, Hayes Cosby. I'm Chick McGee at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. Remember, get rid of that toilet paper. Dump that roll. Wet cleans better than dry. That's just good science. Try Dude Wipes for the best clean, pants down. Josh finally quit the show. We wish him well. And,
no, he's fishing. He's in a fishing tournament. On his way back, he'll be.
I was way off. I'm sorry.
We'll certainly look forward to seeing Josh, see how he did in his fishing tournament. Thank you very much. A couple quick things. Speaking of Josh, coming up Friday night, October 25th at the Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort Event Center, right near Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in Larchwood, Iowa. It's going to be a special comedy show with Pat Godwin, Al Jackson, Mr. Jeff Oskey, who's right over there.
That's right.
Good morning, Jeff. And Josh Arnold as your host.
Ho!
Ticket information, GrandFallsCasinoResort.com.
If I was Josh, I'd get a desk, set it up on stage, and try to do the Johnny Carson thing. He'd come out and do his monologue and then introduce you guys.
And just sit there watching?
Sit there and just laugh and applaud an incredible performance, Mr. Oskey, just like a Johnny would. What do you think?
Fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
It'd be distracting, having him sitting up there the whole time. But that's not what he's going to do. He'll just be hosting and on and off the stage. Should be a fun show. So once again, ticket information, GrandFallsCasinoResort.com. A couple quick sports things before we do our review.
Couple quick. You want to do that and then do the review?
Just a couple quickies. I know you've got a couple things you're itching to get to.
No, that's not the case at all. Sunday Night Football, Dakota Prescott hit Jalen Tolbert with a 4-yard touchdown pass. 20 seconds remaining. What? And the Dallas Cowboys slip past the Steelers, or as I call them, the Pittsburgh Feelers, 20-17.
Not classic.
It's a classic. The Cowboys now 3-2 on their second straight after Prescott overcame a mistake-filled night to lead a 70-yard drive. Ended with Prescott finding a lunging Tolbert just across the goal line on 4th down. Somebody at AP wants to be a novelist. A lunging, sweaty Tolbert.
It was a cool night. I wore a light coat.
It's happening a lot. I have a feeling it's that Mr. AI guy.
Well, I can write a bad novel just like AI. Hey, and we've got an update real quick on, we have referees. Referees making mistakes like this guy. Here we go.
Intentional grounding, offense number 7. It's a 10-yard penalty, and I'm talking to America here. Excuse me.
I love that.
He's talking to America. And then this other ref.
That's great.
Giving him the business.
Plain spoken. I like that guy.
And this NFL ref from yesterday's Texans-Bills game wasn't sure which sport he was officiating.
After crew discussion, the runner was out of bounds before he fumbled the basketball. The ball be placed at the 39-yard line.
The basketball? He fumbled the basketball.
It's like that commercial where they're playing football.
Yeah. Oh, football.
Football.
Yeah. You know, Jaden Daniels, quarterback for Washington. I don't know if you heard about this kid. He warms up with a basketball. He
does?
He prefers to mess around with the basketball. That's what he does.
Interesting.
And I say...
really? Does he...
Go right ahead.
On the sideline, passing it?
Yeah, he shoots it up and walks around the field and plays with his basketball. He always has to have his basketball. I don't know.
That's interesting.
New number.
Be weird if it was a javelin or something odd. Hey, don't get to the 30-yard line. Guy got speared last week.
You know, it'd be really weird if it was a tuna sandwich. How about that?
Javelin funnier, though. Potential death.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Chick, if he walked around the field hacky-sacking, would you still be on his side?
He can do anything he wants.
As long as he's...
At this point in the season, he can do anything he wants.
Okay.
New top 10 in college football: Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Georgia. That's your first 5. Then Miami, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Clemson. That rounds out the top 10.
We got some college football news coming up, but right now it's time to review
coming up
a couple of interesting things that happened last week on our show.
Well,
interestingly enough, Chick and Pat Godwin are considering...
Wait a minute. Time now for things we learned.
Okay, thank you very much.
Here's Tom.
Chick and Pat Godwin both thinking of taking up smoking at an advanced stage.
I think so. Advanced age? You're older than both of us. What the hell's wrong with you? Boy, you are just above everything, aren't you?
Well, people don't take up smoking with certain exceptions. Our friend John Fox took up smoking.
How'd that end up for him?
Not well.
No, it didn't.
But he took up smoking when he was, 50?
Yeah, and then passed away, 5 years later?
Well.
Don't do that.
Yeah. In any event, you guys were talking about that.
We're talking about it
because you wanted to look cooler.
We like the way it looks. Okay, and I might get a cigarette holder. Really long.
Well, you don't see that much.
No, you don't.
The penguin,
ascot.
I think you're more of a pipe guy, though.
I do like a pipe.
You look like a pipe.
You don't see that anymore either.
To get some new headshots taken with the pipe.
There was a time when some of the hipster kids were doing pipes, but I don't see that anymore.
And not just any pipe. No. The pipe that Christoph Waltz uses in Glorious Bastards. The Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Pipe. The Meerschaum or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Well, speaking of John Fox, I had a request for a little something since it was 10-4 last week. In honor of some truckers. One of the truckers wanted to hear this classic, which kind of ties into some news we had anyway. This is a little short something from the greatest joke teller of all time, John Fox.
All right, this magician. He gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally the bird goes, "I give. Where's the boat?"
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the boat? You see? And, okay, thank you very much. What else did we learn last week?
What else did we learn, Tom?
This is my favorite. Do you still have the Japanese play-by-play?
I don't.
Oh, okay. This was... I didn't realize that... we've, of course, on occasion heard Japanese voices covering the NFL, a lot of baseball coverage, of course.
Sure.
Being satellite back. What's that the word? Satellited back to Japan.
Do we need a past tense of satellite?
Satellited?
I guess we might.
Broadcast. You know what I'm saying.
Sent.
It's always just fun.
All right.
And you had some of Alabama versus Georgia. If we could dig that up somewhere, I think it was absolutely classic. And I believe this is not it. Okay, good. We had a lady who had twins born from separate uteruses.
I got to thinking about this, and it really freaked me out more than It's not. That shouldn't. They should fill that other hole in, I think.
Oh, wait a minute. Fill it in.
Hear me out.
Okay.
This isn't what you're supposed to be
plaster
doing.
of Paris? Is that what you want to stick up there?
Maybe some sort of goo.
No, just cap it off.
Cap it off, just like an oil well. She can't be using both.
This woman fortunately had 2 successful pregnancies simultaneously.
Is she dealing with 2 a month? Like 2
Probably,
a month?
I would think, yes.
I don't. Well, you would think they would
because
sync
they
up.
have to slot the uterine lining.
But I mean, would they be in sync?
Probably.
Don't you get in sync with your fellow office
I'm
workers?
sure they're probably
I would think
in
if you're in the
sync.
same body, they'd probably.
Absolutely.
But it's still only a 1 tampon operation.
Right. Boy, she's going to have to use the super.
Because there was only 1 front naughty, if you will.
There's 1 exit.
But there's double the volume, so I would imagine she'd have to go with a bigger tampon or whatever she's using.
Would there be double the volume?
Well, yeah,
there's 2 uteruses, so it's double.
Are they of equal size?
The sloughing come out. What a great question.
Are they the same size? They held babies, so.
Well, first of all, it's a potential space. You realize that, right? It's not actually space.
Okay. In any event, but it's also possible that not in her case, I'm sure, but I mean, you could have.
2 babies from 2 dads.
Yes, they could be from 2 dads.
Right.
This is a sitcom that Ace would watch. My 2 dads. And
been done.
And it's 2 different guys, but just 1 woman. And their babies were both born at the same time.
And I would have one clearly a different heritage racially.
Yes.
Of course you would.
Possibly a white guy and a black guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brown.
Could be brown.
Asian.
Caramel.
Different ethnic heritage.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Fun is what it'd be.
Sure. First of all, great for casting. You automatically you're going to have a nice, ethnically diverse cast. That'll please everybody.
Oh boy.
Did we determine if it's uteruses or uteri?
I'm pretty sure it's uteri.
And they were born on a 2 for Tuesday, so
there you go.
Thanks to all the stations doing that.
Am I the only one who really doesn't get that excited about 2 for Tuesday? They really push it sometimes.
I love it.
Like,
it's great.
It's okay.
Except there are certain artists that there just never was a second one.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean,
so they have to really.
Ace, I know you used to have to program 2 for Tuesdays, and there's some.
He let the cards do it. He didn't do anything like that. He set up the cards.
Great pride in my 2 for Tuesday.
What band can you think of that only had a 1 for Tuesday?
Then we wouldn't play them.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't.
Why would you play a 1 for Tuesday?
You wouldn't fudge it.
I mean,
hit wonder you could play Derek and the Dominoes and Clapton together.
What about Hocus by Focus or whatever?
Yeah, there you go. That's a great song.
That's only 1 hit, right? Or did you go deep cuts on Focus?
We wouldn't play a 1-hit wonder.
So they were discriminated against. They're anti-Tuesday.
Wow.
I take that person. Okay, here's the Japanese call, by the way.
Okay.
This is, what is this, Alabama?
Alabama, Georgia could be the greatest. This is the winning touchdown by a 17-year-old kid, Williams. I forget his first name.
Okay,
He's a true freshman.
Now, I could swear he just said caca. Did anybody else hear that?
Yes, caca is translated as football.
Okay, here we go. Now, years ago in this show, this would lead into our Godzilla hunk.
Yeah, years ago.
But I don't know why that was considered offensive by some, because if you watch the Godzilla movies, that's exactly what happens when the monster comes up. They're screaming.
Know why you felt compelled to mention it.
Because I'm tired of political correctness, and I think it's important that we bring that bit back. I always loved that.
You'll be at the Ramrod, that project. I'll come back.
I mean, these guys are going nuts at the end. It's great.
Yeah, they're excited.
Yeah, having fun. Yeah. I think it's cool.
Why are they watching our football? It's our football.
We're not
Go
watching.
have your own football.
You don't see us watching their sumo.
Exactly.
Ha! What about that?
No, that's interesting. I mean, I can understand. Obviously, baseball makes sense.
They don't play football in Japan, do they?
I didn't think so.
I don't know.
They don't seem like a culture that would want to hit each other.
Are you kidding? You got your sumo, you got your judo.
Well, sumo, they don't hit.
Yeah,
they
but you
just
score a touchdown, you have to bow and stuff.
Yeah, they're very respectful of each other. Maybe it's flag football there.
Yeah, the larger point is, I'm not sure why they're broadcasting that, but more power to them. Have fun, and just the energy. I love. Me. I like a homer, a guy that or a lady, whatever, when they're broadcasting the game, they really get into it.
Sure.
Yeah, but don't you?
It's some excitement.
Wouldn't you agree that's too much? What we're hearing?
No.
Yes, it's too much.
The world needs more excitement.
Turn it down. Somewhere between Al Michaels and this.
Boy, he was in the news over the weekend. Did you see that?
Just laying around, not saying much.
Yeah, they were complaining about how disinterested he seems to be now.
This started last year. This started last year when he was could care less who scored or when.
Yeah. His level of enthusiasm, not very.
Okay, well, now, speaking of enthusiasm, and I'm not sure this went through, but you said last week that you were going to be DJing at your high school radio station for a special alumni event.
Yeah, I did.
You did? So you DJ'd?
Yeah, I did. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget.
Were you playing records?
I did. I played
Vinyl?
12 out of 14 songs. Vinyl. Get out of here.
Oh, it wasn't authentic then.
It was all in a computer, and I had to have some high school kid run the board for me because I don't know how to run the computer, but it was great. No,
that's fine. You blame your board op if something
Yeah, we
goes
had a couple
wrong
of mistakes.
Yeah.
But
Did you talk up the songs? Did you talk over the music?
I talked over the music. I have a file of it. I was going to give it to Jason on the break, and he can maybe cut up a little bit if you'd like to hear some of it.
I've got all the songs you played.
I have all the songs too, but I don't think this is in the right order.
Oh, okay.
But I did play Stumbling In for you, Chick.
I see that. A dedication to me.
Yeah, I dedicated it to Chick.
That's right.
Heck yeah.
It's always a good time to hear Stumbling In by Susie Quattro.
Yeah, I didn't realize it came out in 78, though. I got to be...
Yeah.
I was a little shocked by that.
There we go.
I did the Rolling Stones Miss You in honor of Pat Godwin and, our Gardner Minshew songs. We talked about that a little bit.
Gardner had a rough game.
Yeah, well, this was
that's
before
not
that.
true.
This was Saturday.
It was a gorgeous pick six he threw. It was, breathtaking.
There were a number of those, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Another New York Jet famous. Never mind. Last week we had a story. This is unusual. A 500-pound bomb went off at a Japanese airport that had been underground, I guess, since World War II. And apparently there are a lot of these still in various spots of the world, munitions that didn't go off, that are buried, landmines in various places, but shut down the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll do that.
I mean, people apparently were very upset that the airport closed down, but I think it would have been impossible to land an aircraft, I'm assuming, where there's a large
hole in the ground.
Chuck hole in the yeah. And then I went for a full hour without making any references to the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s.
Yeah, one whole hour. We were very proud
we
of
had
you.
some people write in. Apparently, you didn't make the whole hour. They pointed out.
What did I?
You might have slipped one in on us.
Oh, did I? What was it? Sorry.
We're so used to it then.
Okay.
You made it almost a whole hour. So that's pretty good.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you very much.
And the important part is you tried.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Very good, very good. Well, what have you got coming up in sports?
We've got, let's see, more. Take a trip around the National Football League. We'll take a look at the shoe-in of the week. I picked all the games this past weekend. Major League Baseball playoffs continue. We'll talk about Vanderbilt upsetting number 1 Alabama, 40-35, and Nick Saban evidently making an awkward comment that now will live forever. And it's Daddy Sunday in the NBA.
Is it really?
They played together over the weekend.
All right.
First time ever.
Cool. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about accessing therapy and the importance of therapy. And BetterHelp is a way to get to the therapist via that little phone you're carrying around or your laptop or your desktop, because the therapy is done online. The way it works is you grab a little questionnaire that you'll do online, fill it out, and you can be linked at that point with one of some 36,000 therapists that are participating in this program. And therapy, of course, is all about finding out what's behind that mask that you're wearing and helping yourself out. And therapy isn't just for someone who's going through some horrible trauma. It can be for all of us. And find out if therapy is for you by checking out BetterHelp.com/BT Show today. That'll knock 10% off your first month. I need to make this clear. The therapy itself is then done online. So it can be done like a phone call or like a Zoom call with a camera on or just texting back and forth. It's up to you. But it's all about convenience and much easier access because you can do it in the privacy of wherever you want to be. That's the beauty of BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. BetterHelp.com/BT Show. And the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Therapy can be helpful for you. And it's a great thing to do to make yourself a little more comfortable with yourself this fall. Now, also, coming up, we have some unusual stories, including a great happy dog story.
I have a great.
And you got one?
A great story for you, knowing how much you like pyro drones in the news today.
Oh, I saw a great drone show over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
I want a full report when we come back.
Yes.
Don't leave out
I mean,
anything.
unbelievable.
I can feel your enthusiasm.
Oh, it was tremendous. This is the future of...
I bet it was.
The future of the 4th of July in places that have fire issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I love regular fireworks, but they can do anything. They can spell words. They can have a guy kick a football. Oh my God, it's so cool.
Damn right they can.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Joining us in the studio now, we have Dr. David Wolf, astronaut, and
he and Kirsty are making out, evidently.
Welcome back to Earth, sir.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Hey, David, how are you?
Thank you.
Dr. Wolf is wearing a NASA golf shirt. Very cool.
Of course he is.
Nah, you can get those at gift shop, Tom. That's no big thing.
Dr. Wolf, it's a great pleasure to see you, and glad you're back.
The Wolf Man! Thank you, Tom. It's nice to be back on Earth.
So,
yeah, what'd you do on your summer vacation?
Oh, really? You out of space, huh?
You win.
Yeah, that is kind of a... You do have that kind of conversation trumper.
Uh-huh.
Well, we got back from the vineyard. What'd you do, Dr. Wolf? I was in outer space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Took a few spacewalks. Added a piece or two to the International Space Station.
You added a whole porch, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Did some maintenance on the port solar array wing. Needed some new batteries.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you go to our website...
Why do you need a porch in space?
Well,
where are you going to sit?
Two of the guys.
Where are you going to sit and rock the next Big Bang?
Two of the guys smoke. So
yeah, you got to go outside. Hey! Don't light up in the space station. Get out there on the smoking porch.
This is why Bob's not an astronaut.
This is why David comes in here, so we can't make fun of
You can't smoke in space. I was thinking about that this morning.
Of course not.
Why we're not astronauts.
Could possibly, theoretically, couldn't they, an astronaut who smokes, couldn't they fill his helmet up with smoke so he could smoke?
I think it could. There probably is some technology which would permit.
There you go.
Yeah, but it still can't escape from the suit.
On a serious note,
and your clothes would really smell.
you guys are NASA launching again probably tomorrow.
Yes, I haven't heard this morning. We were on time as of last evening. Still,
the concern is that there's some thunderstorms may come in and delay the fueling.
Summer in Florida, it's tough to get off the pad, as we demonstrated.
As you know.
Yeah, you did.
That was actually my first question. I wanted to know.
You have to get dressed each and every one of those times. How long does it take to get into the suit and everything ready for launch?
It's a pretty big ordeal. It takes 3 or 4 hours, from getting up and then out to the pad, and it's 2 million pounds of cryogenic oxygen and hydrogen. You get up on top of that, the countdown goes, and then it's a few hours to get out. It's a big deal, but it's harder on the cooks and the friends and the family. We go to work whether we go to space or go to Earth,
right?
But everyone else has traveled and they want to see a launch, and it's a lot of trouble to turn around.
Our guest is Dr. David Wolf, astronaut. If you go to our website on the left side, you'll see a photograph of Dr. Wolf. Did you take this one? Were you holding your hand out?
The long arm?
Is this you with your arm, or one of your buddies taking it?
Nobody up there want to take a picture of you, Dave?
It looks like you're
big. No, that's somebody shooting through the hatch when I'm getting ready to go out on a spacewalk. I'm in vacuum in there, ready to go out.
Okay.
And
if you click
through the window,
if you click there, we have a sort of a whole set of photos there, and you can see Dr. Wolf floating around in space. We'll talk about some of these when we come back.
I'm curious, how long does it take you to get into the spacesuit that you're going to use to do a walk?
The suit, you spend the day before checking it out, like a spacecraft itself. The next morning, you spend 2 or 3 hours getting in before you get out through the hatch. About 3 hours.
Wow.
Don't you have a series of mirrors in your passenger car here at home where you can drive laying on your back? Isn't that just to make you feel comfortable?
Feel more comfortable upside down.
Wow.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say, Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, You try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
What's the exact correct name of this?
The pickle dog.
The pickle dog.
Pickle dog.
Okay, now.
Well, we are all pickle dog virgins.
So, Bob, why don't you go first, and I'll do the play-by-play.
Now, Bob, your right hand, you're supposed to put your left hand behind your head before you. Oh, no! Pickle dog down!
Okay, Bob is now chewing the pickle dog. He's about to give his analysis and his review. Bob.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. It gets a thumbs up from Bob.
It's very messy.
Are they going to be able to show this on the TV show?
No, John, eat it.
It's very messy.
Bob, your thoughts?
John, I shot my hot dog. Right out of the pickle.
Out of the canoe.
Well, some people get a little excited when they have their first pickle dog.
Well, you know, I did, and I've created a huge mess over here that actually looks somewhat like a porn shoot.
Hey, Bob and Tom Show USA. Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Larry King.
Wow.
Larry. Nice to see you.
Let me sit down here. Ouch, my back.
Wow. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Hey, you know you're giving off a weird vibe when the Walmart greeter tells you to pound sand up your butt. Hey, what's with Cher and the Sunny thing all of a sudden? Would somebody tell me anything? Anybody else now think the C word was invented because of her? Cher, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how about that Carol Channing thing, huh?
Yeah.
I guess she was singing Hello Dildo.
Hello, dildo.
Yeah, man.
Hello, dildo.
Yes, it's just
Only
good
got
stuff.
married. Only got it twice in her
Twice in 41 years of marriage.
Wow, she needs Viagra. And I said it before, but never address an Indian in war paint as Chief Big Pussy.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
And finally, I gotta say, kids, it's been a stone gas being here, by the way. I gotta say, this body-piercing craze is getting out of control. You know, studs through the tongue, rings through the nose, eyebrows, the nipples, the belly button, and now a series of interlocking rings and hoops through my schwanz. Oh, did I say my schwanz? Oh, somebody stop me. You know how embarrassing it is to go through the metal detector?
I'm sure.
Larry King, you've got a solid nickel's worth, kids.
Thanks.
I'm out. Peace out.
Peace out, Larry.
I got to catch a plane.
Oh, thanks very much, Larry.
Go see him. He's about to be, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall
Yes,
of Fame?
sir.
Coming up, your shot at Q95 Monster Cash. $1,000 an hour starting at 9. Whew. Just made it.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Monday Night Football game tonight. Which one is that? Chiefs and, give me a minute.
I like your hat, Ace.
Thank you.
Ace, of course, is a big Las Vegas Raiders fan. Ace, we have some Vegas news coming up for you. Not involving the Raiders, but...
Chiefs hosting the Saints tonight. Just one Monday Night Football game.
Okay. Very good. We have Chick McGee, of course, at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. What's happening?
NFL winners yesterday. We had an overtime game. Baltimore beating Cincinnati in overtime with a field goal, 41-38. Also winning from London. Minnesota beat the Jets 23-17. And Aaron Rodgers did not look correct. There's something...
He got hit pretty hard. Went down on his leg weird.
It's this reporter's opinion that there's something going on there. Or it could be he's 40 and he's trying to come back from an injury.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. Chicago, Houston, Jacksonville, Miami, Washington, Arizona, Denver, Green Bay, and the Giants all win yesterday. And this happened in the Houston-Buffalo game yesterday.
After crew discussion, the runner was out of bounds before he fumbled the basketball. The ball be placed at the 39-yard line.
Well, no wonder he fumbled it. They're not used to carrying basketballs.
But he made both free throws.
But he did make both free throws. That's exactly right.
So they got a quick 2 points.
Major League Baseball playoffs, Philly and San Diego win. Both those series tied at a game apiece. And WNBA, one team is already set for the finals. The New York Liberty. They took care of the Las Vegas Aces yesterday, swept them 76-62. So New York on to the finals. They'll take the winner of Connecticut and Minnesota. Tomorrow night, we'll see what happens. And as Tom has mentioned many times, the Vanderbilt Commodores caused a commotion at First Bank Stadium. They finally, after 40 years, beat the Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday, 40-30. So you're against Roll Tide then?
My bonus son went to Vandy, so I was very excited for him.
You're using the slang.
Yeah.
Anchor down.
Yeah.
Anchor down, Tom. 40-35 Vanderbilt wins. The first over the nation's top-ranked team, as I said, in 40 years. Fans stormed the field, tore down the goalpost, carried it out of the stadium, went 3 miles down the center of Nashville, right down Broadway, and dumped the goalpost into the Cumberland.
3 miles.
Yeah.
Man, that's a party.
Now, I'm not saying that I haven't been a part of some sort of drunken errand. I think we all have.
But you'd quit after, what, half a mile?
You would think.
There'd be some nice bar.
It goes from, hey, I know what we'll do. What? Let's carry the goalpost and dump it through. Okay. And then after, Tom, a mile, maybe.
Yeah, Jesus didn't take the cross 3 miles. Hey, look, Dad, give me a break here.
So good for them to sticking to it, by gosh.
They threw it in the river. Damn.
Man.
Yeah, that was quite the... And the SEC has a brand new fine, by the way. You're a Vanderbilt fan?
Well, I guess. Why?
Well, Vanderbilt owes Alabama $100,000.
Why?
For dumping the goalpost into the river.
Oh,
That's right.
You know what they were going to say? It was worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, the publicity they're getting out of this?
Heck yeah.
$100,000 for the first offense, $200,000 the second time, $500,000 for the third offense. What do you think of that, Tom?
But Christy's right, though. I mean, I think when you were a kid, there were certain colleges, the only reason you'd heard of them was because of sports. Mm-hmm. Everybody'd heard of Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. Gonzaga. Would you have heard of them if it were not for basketball?
I didn't until basketball.
And this is getting them, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of publicity, so... I suppose there's a downside to it, but...
What's the downside? Well, they have to replace the goalpost.
Yeah,
How much do those cost?
They're trying to cut down on field storming and court storming because they say it might cause injuries.
Oh, I understand what they're trying to do, but...
And think about this.
It's a mob scene. The people storming the field aren't going, hey, this is going to cost this giant institution that I'm paying $80,000 a year to go to. It's going to cost them $100,000. So what?
Yeah.
No, here's what you're...
They're drunk. They're having fun.
And think about the goalpost industry. They don't get a lot of calls.
Right.
So look, they actually got a gig out of this.
They're creating jobs.
Yes, they created a job.
Do you think, and I bet there is, some sort of person in charge of research and development and wear and tear on the goalpost?
I'm sure.
We can't make these built too well because they'll last forever. We don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
We need to have them buy replacements every 3 to 5 years, or we're going to go out of business.
How do they hook them up anyway?
I don't know. This is a whole industry we know nothing
Do you
about.
need a giant Allen wrench to get it?
No, one guy could do it in 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think you'd need specialized tools.
It comes in pieces. It actually comes in 8 pieces.
Does it?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? 1,
2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. One the
upright.
2, 3, 4.
But the uprights are 2 put together, right?
That's exactly right.
They telescope.
And a lot of people...
In some schools, they make them go higher.
The common mistake people make building goalposts, they forget to put the caps on after they're in the air.
Fill it with rain.
Fill it with water.
Right up there when they're up there. Yeah, you fill it, you get a goalpost.
But wouldn't you have some kind of custom tool so that a guy can't come down from the stands and
take apart your
unbolt
goalpost?
them? They're bolted down, I would assume.
Yeah, how'd they get it out
Or is there like a big hole in the ground?
See, when they tore down the goalpost, for instance, at Vanderbilt this weekend, you could see where the goalposts are put together, where there are 8 pieces. Because you start jumping up and down on them.
Christy, back in the day when the goalpost was right on the goal line, and there were 2 posts in the ground.
Yeah, who thought that was ever a good idea?
And there was something called there was the post pattern in which you would deliberately hope the guy covering you would run into the
hit the goalpost.
Hit the
It
goalpost.
was on the ground?
You know, you know how the goalpost, end zone, the goal line. Well, instead of being back where the goalpost is now, it was on the goal line.
And there were 2 of them. There were 2.
It was an
When
H.
did that change?
It was a big H.
I'm gonna say
it's a good question. Late 60s, maybe.
After young Jimmy Marshall was unable to walk again.
Now you remember
running into it
2 years ago.
1974 is when they moved.
Oh, there you go.
Man.
Tennessee beat Alabama a couple years ago, I think 2022, and they tore down the goalpost and they dumped it in a river. And Tennessee started a fund to pay the fines, and they took care of the fines.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
This is great. It says in 1974, the goalposts on the NFL field were moved from the goal line to the end line. The change had a major impact on the game, reducing the number of field goals and freezing up the end zone for passing, running, and punting while removing a safety hazard.
But it was, you would deliberately, right? You'd run a pattern. You'd run a pattern so that the guy covering you would ram into the goalpost.
It's called the post pattern.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Now they call it a go pattern, I think, or something.
I had no idea.
But a lot of the players at the time, super duper. I'm not going to take advantage of this now.
If you Google this, there are pictures of guys running into it. They had it wrapped in like some kind of foam or something.
Every now and then you'll see.
That'll help.
Yeah, it'll pop up. It'll pop up on the internet. The old intro to CBS NFL Sunday, and every single highlight they show is a 15-yard penalty now, and including hitting the goalpost. And I think Gary Collins. Hit the Gold Coast.
University of Virginia, right?
I'm not sure, but
no, West Virginia, right?
I don't know.
One of the 2, I forget.
He played for the Browns. That's all I know. That's
tight end.
And I think he
had a blue Corvette. I remember that.
Oh, and then it was a really big innovation in goalposts when they went to the one single bar.
Yeah.
Rather than the 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's massive improvement.
So while you're there, Christy, what is a current the asking price for a quality goalpost?
A
goalpost cost?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
I'm guessing $15,000.
You know what we should do?
I was going to say $8 grand.
This sounds like
you're going to get the one that doesn't have Bluetooth.
Oh, I didn't even think about the Bluetooth in it.
I hope you guys don't think this is something that sounds like some sort of chick's harebrained scheme, but why can't we have a goalpost out in the side yard? We get a batting cage, a goalpost. We could kick field goals if we want. We could take a couple swings in the cage.
I can get you one for $18,000. First team All-Pro football goalpost. But then you can go all the way down.
Wait, hang on. Is that your install, or is that just they ship you the box?
I think that's just. I think that's just.
Well, when we come back, we'll find out more. What's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, do we have a world record, Tom? You'll have to tell me.
We got one, but even by your standards, it stinks.
We'll find out.
Okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Oh, you get a laugh.
Now, all you trick-or-treaters, come listen to me good about a grave that's in a graveyard in this very neighborhood. Contains a boy who died this very night so long ago. Now candy wrappers mysteriously appear around his stone. You know it's Halloween. You know it's kind of scary. The way the ghosts come floating out of the cemetery, sliding through the dirt, all cold and moldy, and the only thing that they can think about is how they're getting your candy. Trick or treat, hear the children crying, but who's that pale boy at the back with the antique suit and tie on? When you passed out the candy, it seemed to fade into his hand. And look, there's a clump of fresh dirt on the spot where he did stand. Oh, it's Halloween. You know it's kind of scary, the way the ghosts come floating out of the cemetery, sliding through the dirt, all cold and moldy, and the only thing that they can think about is how to get your candy. I heard about this kid who collected lots of sweets, and with a flashlight in his bed, he counted out his treats. When they found him in the morning, the bags of candy, they were gone. A clump of fresh dirt by his bed, and the flashlight was still on. Oh, it's Halloween. You know, it's kind of scary, the way the ghosts come floating out of the cemetery, sliding through the dirt, all cold and moldy, and the only thing that they can think about is how. Now each and every child behind a mask is hid, but which one do you think's a ghost and which one is a kid? But in the shiny darkness when the leaves are blowing through, has it occurred to you the only one that's not a ghost is you?
Oh. I just peed myself.
Everybody. La 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 la. And so you trick-or-treaters, take heed of what I said, and leave your candy here with me, don't take it up to bed. I'll protect you from the ghoulies and the ghosties and the beasties, though you may lose that Snickers bar and, ooh, look, Reese's Pieces. Oh, it's Halloween, you know it's kind of scary, the way the ghosts come floating out of the cemetery. But get on up to bed, but grab that broom before you do, and sweep up this clump of fresh dirt that fell off of my pants.
Frightening. Wow. Thank you, Haywood. Thank you very much.
Very scary.
Thank you so much.
Haywood Banks and one of his Halloween tributes.
Parents, if you have kids and you have the minivan, make sure there's at least 2 TV screens in the back of that minivan, because God forbid your child might be forced to use their imagination for 20 minutes on the way to elementary school in order to keep them busy. I say much better. Every single moment be spoon-fed by the video god that runs their life. Gee, I wonder where ADD comes from. I can't possibly imagine. I mean, we kept the boy entertained 24 hours a day his entire childhood in front of a television with a remote control and a game console. All of a sudden, he can't pay attention. Oh, great Zeus. Why have you done this to our child? Please send down some of your pharmaceuticals as which to cure the lad. Otherwise, we might be forced to spend time with him, and frankly, he's kind of an idiot. And while you're at it, send me something for my fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome and myriad of other ailments the medical community has convinced me that I have, because as an American, if I don't feel good 24 hours a day, well, there must be a pill I can pop into my face and change my brain chemistry to constantly feel better. Or maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, oh great one, maybe you're not supposed to feel good all the time. Maybe it's supposed to be a struggle to get out of bed every once in a while, and in doing that, it's how you become a better person. When you hurdle that part of your life, then you just create this incredible sense of entitlement, which is what I complain about the rest of the world having. Maybe this ADD thing is kind of overblown. Maybe it's supposed to be harder to read something than it is to watch it on TV, and we have these big, fat, drug-addicted kids that are basically embracing all the worst parts of Elvis Presley. We're not doing them any favors. Maybe, oh great one, the rest of the world isn't the problem. Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
By the way, that bit is entitled Parenting Advice from a Guy That's Never Had Kids.
On the side of the road to get assistance from AAA.
Hello, Tom.
When you say complimentary travel, I see those two little cartoon characters. Good choice. Excellent choice.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
There's Jeff Oskey.
That's right.
Josh Arnold on vacation. Pat Godwin under the weather. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee at the Dude Wipe Sports Desk. And here's Tom Griswold. And oh, by the way, let's go over the shoe-in of the week real quick.
Okay.
It was madness yesterday. Absolute madness. I said, I'm going to pick all the games.
You had NFL fever?
And I did. And I was sitting in my chair going, I was fanning myself. Going, what is this? And it's NFL fever.
That is.
I went, 6-3 on the day. And did I double shock Washington?
Oh,
I thought you.
I think
made
you did.
Yes,
I think I forced your hand.
So 7-3 on the weekend, and I missed Seattle, New England, the Panthers, and Pittsburgh. Missed those. The Colts +3 at Jacksonville, and the Ravens -3 against Cincinnati. A blind man will tell you that both those games were pushes, and I don't know how, Jeff. How do these bookmakers? And they've set the line, that's 3 points, and it ends up being 3. Yeah. How do they do that? Griswold, answer me. How do they?
They're very good at what they do. But congratulations on your success.
Yeah, 7-3. So now,
and a couple quick corrections.
19 and 18 on the season.
All right, a couple quick corrections here. Gary Collins, former Cleveland Brown, University of Maryland, I believe it was. Jerry West is the West Virginia guy. And then also, we were talking about this goalpost situation.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to price a new goalpost because the one was torn down at Vanderbilt.
And Christy said $8,000, I guess.
No, 18.
18 grand.
Between 10 and 20,000, depending on where you go.
Is that installed?
That doesn't say installed.
That's just.
So I don't know.
Boy. Another $5-10 grand of install on that bad boy.
I can't imagine that.
Can't be that hard.
But somebody in this room participated in tearing down a goalpost.
Not me.
It wasn't me.
Well, I mean, it was quite a long time ago. It was my freshman year of college. I wasn't in college, but all of my friends were.
So it could have been your freshman year in college.
So you were at the game.
We were at the Purdue IU game, and Purdue won. We were at Purdue, and we all stormed the field and tore down the goalpost, which came down rather easily.
And then what did you do with it? Did you walk to the Wabash River?
We ran it through campus, and everyone cheered us and people would fall out, and new people would join in.
No kidding.
As you ran out of energy, more people would take your spot, and we ran it through all the fountains, and I forget where it ended up, but yeah.
So how many guys at once would carry the goalpost?
Maybe
30?
20.
20 guys.
20,
okay.
30.
Okay.
But
It was not very heavy?
No, it took like 20 people to climb up and shake it, and it came down.
Whoa.
It came down rather easily. Now, technology may have updated since then.
I think it's cool. Did you see that one game where MIT, to celebrate, the guys went out and they built a goalpost?
Did they?
It's amazing. Yeah, and it was a Bluetooth AI, had everything.
Right?
Oh yeah, when balls would go through it, it would light up the scoreboard.
Son of a gun.
Those MIT guys are smart.
They are smart.
They know what they're doing.
Real smart.
So new goalpost, 18K maybe.
And
that's our conclusion.
Yeah.
And
but they got fined. What is it?
$100,000 they owe to Alabama because there's a rule in the SEC you don't storm the field, and they stormed the field.
And again, it's not going to stop them from storming the field.
Oh, and also Arkansas stormed the field. They beat Tennessee over there. There were 2 field stormings over the weekend. So there you go.
And then there's that hurricane coming. So
I would have liked to have been there. I love Broadway in Nashville anyway.
Yeah, I know you
great
do.
hangout. And Jack's Barbecue.
It would have been fun.
Yeah, just standing there watching the goalpost go by. Yeah!
But I'm just amazed they took it all 3 miles.
Yeah.
Because you would have bailed about what, 3rd bar?
Let's see.
You guys are going to the river. Hey, look. Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, there's Chris Stapleton over here playing in this bar. It's a surprise concert. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Okay.
Got one of those deals. The dynamics between the media and NFL players will look different in the near future after Cincinnati Bengals center Ted Karras confirmed last week that the NFLPA plans to enact a program stopping members of the media from conducting interviews inside the team locker room. Would anyone care to guess why?
Because of nudity, I can guess why.
Nope, it's because of naked players.
Yeah, I've been there.
Karras is an NFLPA player rep, spoke to the media this week about the new program aimed at, quote, the sanctity of the locker room. Yeah, I think that would be a big deal anyway. And
yeah, that should be their private.
Yes, right. And they make themselves available for press conferences and everything afterwards. So why don't come in the locker room and my thing hanging out, trying to why I dropped a pass? I don't want to participate in that. Am I right, Tom?
Yeah. As long as it's a uniform rule, that's fine across the board.
Let's see. As you've heard from a couple of teams now, NFLPA is going to come out with a statement, an effort to protect the sanctity of the locker room, and will conduct interviews outside of the locker room. Karras explained the basics of the program and added that it was not meant as an indictment against members of the media. We just want our privacy. And a couple of naked players, and I forget who it was, ended up being on the television.
Oh.
Bare ass naked. And a couple of children who are watching it.
Did they see butts or did they see the front?
Burst into flames and started crying.
Another interesting thing that's going on, this is a little bit complicated, but radio broadcasts of baseball games, for example.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to do it on delay.
Yes.
For various reasons. And so sometimes if you're at a sporting event and you want to listen to the event on the radio, it's behind the broadcast because they have to put this delay in because someone might be cursing or something.
Right.
So there's a group of blind people that are, I guess, petitioning the FCC about this because there was one guy I heard interviewed that is a big Cleveland Guardians fan, and he'll be at the game. And he hears the crowd going nuts.
Goes wild.
And he's listening to, and the batter steps up to the. So, but
So if you listen to the live play-by-play in the stadium, it'll be
delayed. Sometimes as much as 30 seconds. Which, I mean, come on.
See, now yesterday I watched the Washington game with Bram Weinstein and London Fletcher and Logan Paulson on the Washington flagship station.
So on the radio, you listen to the radio broadcast, but watch the visual. Were they synced?
And after I got done, it was synced. I had to pause my video, and I synced it right up to as much as when the referee would come out and make a call that would sync up to what I was listening to. It's glorious, Tom.
But some stadiums have put in like 1-watt transmitters, so that with a special station.
Right.
That'll simultaneously broadcast the signal.
Well, they should have done that anyway, so it's not delayed. And why can't it?
But why can't it be live?
Be live, yes.
Come on, grow up.
Yeah.
Who were these people? I know my son hears a curse word. Does he have a iPhone? Does he have a Galaxy? What? Guess what? 2 taps and he's watching graphic pornography.
I don't want to hear my son expose words like poopy fart. Not going to do it.
Poopy fart.
It's a horrible curse word.
Yeah. I mean, we have a delay here. We call it the dump button.
Yes.
Which usually works.
And
there may have been an incident.
Yeah, might have been an incident. By the way, and I forgot what I was going to say. Crap. I hate it when that happens.
By the way, with context, we were talking about delay broadcast. We were, no cameras in the locker room.
Yep, it's gone. Gone forever.
Okay.
Hollywood star Keanu Reeves made his professional auto racing debut at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Saturday.
All right.
At the Toyota GR Cup, an event which saw him spin out.
Oh.
Keanu was spun into the grass, a collision on the exit of turn 9. I've been to the Speedway. There aren't 9 turns.
It was on the road course. Silly man.
There are 4. Okay. End of story. He re-entered and continued driving, signaling he was uninjured. Gave him the thumbs up, Tom. Keanu ran as high as 21st, successfully avoided the first lap crash in turn 14. And ultimately finished in 25th place.
All right, good for him. By all accounts, he is a great guy. So,
and
lots of great movies.
He donates a lot of money to charity. You know who was head of his pit crew?
Who?
Ted.
Oh,
kidding.
really?
From Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's, they had an excellent motor adventure.
Or was he Ted?
I don't know.
I was Alex Winter Bill or Ted? Or I
remember the reason he crashed is he took the red pill. See, if you've seen The Matrix, you got the pill option.
LeBron and his son.
Yes, you do have the pill option.
The pill.
LeBron and his son, Bronny, I call him Fredo, made NBA history. They played together for the first time during the Lakers preseason game against Pahonix. That's Phoenix to you. LeBron and Bronny are the first father and son to play in any NBA game at the same time, let alone on the same team. However, you have to think that an NBA player's son has played against him at some point. They just weren't aware of it. You know?
You mean in their backyard?
There's a lot of sons, NBA players running around this world.
That don't know that their dad's an NBA player?
That don't know their dad's Antonio Davis. You don't know. How many women has he impregnated?
Don't throw him under the bus.
If a woman got impregnated by an NFL or an NBA player, they're going to know about it.
Maybe not. Maybe she just doesn't want anything to do with it. You don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of getting in the trash can and
instead of getting all that money,
squeezing the condom. Remember that the memo? Did you ever hear about this?
No.
There was a memo from was it the NBA commissioner?
I believe so.
Warning the players that
there was a problem
to flush any condoms because there was an accusation that certain women were
going back for the goods.
Yeah, going back for the.
And this condom is worth $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Having an NBA player's baby is worth some money.
You women are the worst.
Thanks. Yeah, I would.
Not
do
you.
that.
You're great, but the rest of them.
Well, the guys are pretty bad too.
Okay. Well, coming up, we'll hear more about LeBron, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Biting coming up.
Right now, we're going to check in with Wilbur and see what's going on with Prize Picks.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible for all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less in their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play. You can still cash out even if the lineup isn't perfect. When Tua got injured, I needed one more passing touchdown, and even though he didn't get that, 2 out of 3 of my picks hit, but I still got paid out with flex play from Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code TOM and get a $50 credit instantly when you play only $5. That's code TOM on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Mr. McGee had a pretty good weekend with his picks. You'll find out more about that coming up. Got a lot of cool things going on in the news. A great dog story, a hilarious story in the world of contemporary art. And there's no biting on the pitch. There's no biting on the pitch. Rutherford, I said no biting. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
It's Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Oh! What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Odor in the court.
That'll be getting told in courts throughout the country.
Odor in the court.
Oh, man.
Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com and check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Well, Mummy Cass, can you favor us with a tune?
We got something, baby. This song's called Kinda Lingers.
Kinda Lingers.
That's right, baby. Get those words right.
Yes. Bravo. Oh, yes. Here Come the Mummies, a song about molecules, and it kind of lingers there. That was absolutely brilliant. A fantastic arrangement. Great saxophones, etc., etc. Thank you, Mummies.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
Jeff Oskey in a swell, it's not cobalt blue. What is that? It's like a denim blue.
Sure.
Gorgeous shirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's Ace Cosby.
You can talk about the hair look. He's got that kind of Superman.
You got the
little forelock.
Is it a forelock?
Not on purpose.
No, it looks good.
It just falls like.
It looks kind of like like Elvis there, about 58.
You know who smells? You know who smells the best in this place when I get here? Every morning, he never disappoints. Jeff Oskey.
Really?
He smells so good.
What do you do? You a little bit of a spritz, a little
beard rinse, and then I do a beard oil.
I want to run my face through his hair. Is what I want to do.
Yeah,
is that bad?
Really?
Is that okay?
That's
love
fine.
is love, right?
That's
sure. Whatever you're into,
you
dude.
go, Grinder.
Soccer.
By the way, that's an awfully aggressive name for a dating site. The gay dating site. I noticed that it's called Grindr.
Well, you would think, if anything, it would be a lesbian dating site.
Right?
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's
male dating.
Right.
It just sounds kind of hostile.
Yeah,
it's not like hug her or hug him. It sounds like a non-consensual prison rape.
Is there a buggery? Is that a dating site?
I don't know. That doesn't bugger. That doesn't really sound as inviting either. We're speaking with Mr. McGee. You'll find him, of course, across the way at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk.
There's a reason I'm a boy, because if I was set up the other way, I think I'd put stuff up there. I think I would.
Oh, I totally would.
I think I would.
Ace,
do you
really?
Ace, do you have any lighter fluid so you could set him on fire so he'll stop talking?
Don't you think?
You'd be such a slut hoe.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you be curious?
There's a reason he made me a man, so I couldn't be the hoe I want to be.
My number one phrase, I'd go, want some of this? I'd say that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
If I was a girl. Absolutely.
I'd be nip slipping all over the place, giving people shows. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
what else is happening in sports?
A soccer player in the United Kingdom has been suspended for 8 games for
what?
Biting his opponent.
There's no biting.
Oh, no, there's no biting in
According
soccer.
to the BBC, the incident occurred after Blackburn's Owen Beck was sent off the field for kicking Team Preston's Dwayne Holmes, sparking a massive fight between players from both teams. During the brawl, Preston North End striker Milutin Osmajic bit Beck.
Osmajic? Oh, that's the stuff you take to lose weight, right?
It's magic. Osmajic will not be...
That's Ozempic.
Yeah, close.
Sorry.
Unavailable until Preston's home championship game against Derby, November 23rd.
So
a meaningless date for the British. Oh, no, it'd be the 22nd, wouldn't it? My fault.
So he bit him.
He bit him.
It's a big deal. Have you seen the papers about this? Huge. I mean, I'm serious. It's they're calling it not Deflategate, but Colgate.
You
Colgate, huh?
See, he bit him.
You smiled.
He bit him, Christy.
You're genuinely laughing at that, aren't you?
We are the champions. We are the champ.
Hey, which came first, Colgate the University or Colgate the toothpaste?
The university, I would bet.
I think the university, but...
Does Colgate have anything? Colgate the University have anything to do with Colgate the toothpaste?
I don't know. It's an excellent college. I know that. But
it's a damn fine toothpaste too.
And I'm a big fan.
Are you?
I alternate.
I'm brand loyal. I don't do that.
What do you do?
Sensodyne, all the time.
That's too adult sounding.
Sir.
Well, Crest is a kid.
Okay.
I don't know.
Crest family.
I was thinking about this the other day because I think I'm on my last tube of toothpaste, but I can't remember what brand I buy.
Really?
It's either Colgate or Crest, but I'm not sure. But I like the Aquafresh, the way it comes out in stripes.
Oh, the stripe thing?
How's that happen?
Well,
how do they make that happen?
It takes forever to get it back in the tube.
Yeah.
Is what the problem. But once they get it in there, it's okay.
Good. They got a good product.
Oh, yes, they do.
What do you use?
I think we have Colgate.
Colgate?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Do you use the same toothpaste as your girlfriend?
Yeah, we all use the same toothpaste.
Why wouldn't he?
Do you ever share toothbrush?
No.
Really?
So you and Kelly don't have the same toothpaste?
No. No.
Tom?
You wouldn't use hers or she wouldn't use yours?
I have my own little area.
Okay.
So my area has my stuff. And every once in a while, I'll have to drift over there for if there's something I need. But I have no idea what
You have your own area?
You have no idea what she uses.
I have my own sink. No.
Tom, take it from me. If you think back, this is how it starts, man. You got different toothpaste, then you have different bathrooms, then you have different bedrooms.
And then you have different houses.
Then you're divorced.
She has her own toothpaste. I don't know what kind it is. I'm sure she enjoys it very much.
Do you know anything about her?
Sure.
Do you know
her birthday?
Yeah, of course. I was just going to say, you know her birthday.
Do you know what color her eyes are?
Of course.
What color?
Kind of a greenish bluish.
Okay.
Watch this. Is she left or right-handed?
She's right-handed.
You think?
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
What kind of conditioner does she use in the shower?
Oh, God, I don't know. It looks like a museum in that place. There's so much stuff in there because my little girls go in there sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And they watered down my baby shampoo, which pissed me off.
Why?
Why do you use shampoo anyway? Just rinse whatever you have left
Because I like that, that comes in the big squisher bottle.
Right. But how did they water it down?
They put water in it, and then it gets much colder on the shelf, and then it doesn't come out with... I like it to come out a big, thick, gelatinous
We haven't been invited
wad.
to your new home, but I am assuming, since it took so long to build, that it's got to be pretty nice, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
So wouldn't your kids have their own bathroom with their own shower?
Yeah, but when you were a kid, didn't you do stuff like did you sleep in your parents' bed or get in their shower?
Are you kidding? I'd get my ass beat.
No.
Get out of the room.
No.
Get out of my room.
Mommy and Daddy are wrestling. Get out of here. Yeah.
It's mom's shower. No.
Got there the other morning, and my soap wasn't there. My bar of ivory. Then you got to get out of the shower without killing yourself.
I'm sure there was
off.
other, like bath wash or something in there, right? Shower gel?
I'm an ivory soap man. I don't want to get testicular cancer.
Oh, my Lord.
Every other product takes
So you're a washcloth guy?
No.
Wait, you're just bare soap to skin?
Yes. I sometimes use a washcloth, but yeah, ivory soap, please.
You
like
use
the bar.
Okay.
Well, you
just straight bar up the crack?
Ew.
What do you
and insert?
Oh, you topped me there.
Do you? So, do you ever lose it up in there and you have to force it out? I bet those are extra special.
Only those small shards toward the end. No. Sometimes I'll use a washcloth. But if I do, that's right into the bin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't use it again. No. God knows where that thing's been. Don't you have one of those Luftwaffe things, Christy?
Yeah, I have one of those
It's the
things.
German Air Force. Lufa is what you're looking for.
I don't have a loofah, but I have a puff.
Oh.
You know, one of those hangs on the shower. And
don't you get concerned that after puffing down there, you've got ass matter
really
gestating into some kind of...
I don't stick it up my butt.
New life form.
Ass matter.
I don't know what you're doing in your shower.
The point is, I don't know if Colgate came after the university.
I would guess the university came before the toothpaste.
So
they had a really good dental school, and they came out with their own toothpaste.
I bet so.
Yeah,
that's the way
I don't know if Colgate has a dental school. Actually.
Colgate are the Raiders, by the way. They used to be the Red Raiders, but obviously things changed.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says here on the Colgate website.
Okay,
I'm trying to set up and make it look like I went to Colgate and graduated.
Well, again, it's a very fine institution. But this took place in the UK with this giant brawl, and a guy bites another guy.
Yeah.
And we got kicked out for multiple games.
8 games. I don't know why are soccer players most often the most dramatic athletes, aren't they? When they get hurt or anything, oh, and they flop back. Oh my God! You know, and then they're up and fine.
The NBA's got some pretty dramatic falls.
Well, I think soccer.
I mean, that one year where Reggie Miller not only got MVP for his team, he got an Academy Award.
Hey, don't you say a word bad about my Reggie Miller.
I love Reggie.
Oh, we forgot to play Nick Saban, who said something about Vanderbilt. You guys know who Nick Saban is?
Well, of course, he used to coach Alabama, didn't he?
Yes, he used to be the head coach of football at Alabama.
Forever.
The Crimson Tide. He was a big
and he invented the polio vaccine.
That's Jonas Salk.
Oh, sorry.
It's not even close to the same. What?
Anyway.
Just free associating.
Saban was talking to Pat McAfee a couple days ago, and he brought up the fact, well, you'll hear what Nick says.
The only place you play in the SEC that's not hard to play is Vanderbilt. Because when you play at Vanderbilt, you have more fans there than they have. And that's no disrespect to them. It's the truth.
Yeah, that's no disrespect. And
how'd that go, Nick?
Right after Vanderbilt beat Alabama, they played the video clip on the big screen at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that was everywhere.
Oh, that's great.
And once again, they tore the goalpost out and dragged it 3 miles.
Which we find out is not, the goalposts aren't that heavy and come down reasonably easily. Correct?
Right. Well, there's only one post, right?
No. You got the middle post, when you got the bar, then you got the 2.
I know that. I'm not stupid. The middle post.
No, but if you're carrying the whole thing.
Yeah, but to get it out of the ground, there's only one post in the ground.
Now, when we did it, they climbed up on the crossbar, and we shook one side until one of the sides broke off, and that is what we ran through.
Oh,
we didn't have the whole.
Oh, you didn't take the whole thing?
No, you just had one of the upright bars. I would assume that's what they ran through as well.
I can't help but to think, but this is less. I think they took the whole goalpost.
They took the whole thing?
I'm almost
That's
certain.
even more.
I don't know. I didn't.
I'm going to look and see if we can find some video on this.
And again, new one's $18,000.
That's what Christy said.
But as Christy also indicated, they're getting a ton of great publicity out of this. So
sure,
there are young folks that have never heard of Vanderbilt. They found out what a great university it is, and
Vanderbilt owes Alabama $100,000 for tearing down the goalpost and storming the field.
That's the fine. Now, when you were a kid, what colleges had you heard of?
Ohio State, obviously. I grew up in Central Ohio. Actually, Purdue. There was a guy named Leroy Keys when I was a kid.
Hanratty and Seymour.
It's Notre Dame. Yeah, I knew about that. Oh, gosh, USC.
Yeah, that's the thing. UCLA, USC, all these great sports. So there is something to be said. And as I said earlier, Gonzaga,
Michigan.
Thank you, basketball. That's how you hear about some of these universities.
Yep.
Butler University got a lot more fame. A great university when they
went to the Sweet 16 all the way to the
I was wrong. I'm looking at the video. They have the entire goalpost.
Thing.
The right, the left, the middle, and the bottom.
Yeah, they do.
That is way more impressive
and it looks
than
like
what we did.
They did end up pulling it back out of the river. They didn't just leave it there.
But I think the fire department pulled it out.
Right,
of the river.
exactly.
But you can see the way they're handling the goalposts. You could assume that it is not that heavy.
But removing it from the, I'm just asking, how is it affixed to the field?
It's just one pole in the ground. I don't know.
Is it in the ground, or is it bolted to a platform?
From what I can tell, it looks like they snapped it off because the metal is kind of
jagged,
creased at the bottom.
Well, as I understand it, I wanted to be an architect for 3 years.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
On certain
metal fatigue.
Metal fatigue.
You're a metallurgist.
So as I understand it, there has to be 20 feet in the ground. It has to be half of the height in the ground as tall as your structure is. That's the way I understand.
And this is why you weren't accepted at engineering school.
It might have been a third, but I like being safe.
Yeah.
I made all that up right now.
Of course you did.
So there you go. I don't know how much was in the ground, but you were saying they didn't get it out of the ground. They just broke it off.
It off.
From the looks of it.
Yeah.
I was not there.
Oh, you weren't there?
Yeah. I'm sure somebody will email us that has some knowledge about goalpost.
There has to be someone listening right now who was a part of this.
Well, they might have turned it off when you went into your rant about how deep you have to go, and they're so stupid. There's no point in even trying to educate them.
How deep you think?
Goalpost installer. He's kind of not busy right now.
How about a telephone pole? How much is in the ground on a telephone pole? I'm going to say at least half.
No.
Or you'd have
see him laying on the ground before they put him in the ground.
Yeah, and how long are they? Really long.
They're really
half. At least a half.
You gotta dig half.
And then they fill it with cement, and then off you go.
We are so
Is that
stupid.
sports? Or I am so stupid. That is sports, Tom.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait a minute. One more time for the commander.
Those haters can't stand us.
34-13, they took care of the uninterested.
How did Deshaun massage
What the
Watson
hell was
do?
going on with that?
He doesn't act like he wants to play football no more.
Well,
so that's the
then
feeling
quit.
I'm getting. Yeah. The Browns,
Seriously.
Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Browns, decided to go for it on fourth down. From where I was sitting, Deshaun didn't want to participate in going for it for fourth down. He called a timeout and walked off the field.
Didn't come back?
Ergo, the Browns had to punt. Yeah. He did come back the next series, but yeah.
God.
I don't think you're supposed to do that, being member of a team.
No.
Sorry, Coach. I'm not doing it.
I'm just not feeling it, Coach. I'm
But,
really
Coach,
not
I
feeling
can't.
it. He got sacked 7 times. Is that a problem? Yeah, it's a problem.
Okay. Well, now.
He has a guaranteed contract worth millions of dollars, right?
Yeah, as I'm speaking, they're going to have to. There's some way they can.
Doesn't he already have $80 million?
Convicted,
some huge amount of money.
felony things they can get out of the contract. There are a couple.
Moral turpitude.
Any lawyer worth.
Do you ever clean paintbrushes with moral turpitude? Or do you go with latex? Just use water.
It's really the best stuff to know. I'm watching this goalpost thing down Broadway in Nashville from Vanderbilt when they upset Alabama, and there's got to be 20,000 people carrying this goalpost.
Great.
You
I
can't
just wanna
see
know,
the street for the
how'd
people.
they get it out of the stadium?
I know, right?
The entrances aren't as wide as.
They usually have a big space where they can bring trucks and stuff in.
That's true.
Oh, see, this makes me want to go to Nashville. There's Jack's barbecue. Come on, Tom.
Go
Let's
to Nashville.
There's an interactive map on Instagram I just saw, and it just shows the goalpost moving down through the map, down the street into the river.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank you very much. What's coming up, Christy Lee? What do you got over there?
Coming up, we have pyro drones in the news. We have
that's drones that set fires?
We'll find out.
Holy hell.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. We have a kid with something stuck up his nose. An update on the water buffalo story. I don't know if you guys remember that. Back in August, there was a water buffalo that was roaming around in Des Moines. We'll talk about it.
Were the Flintstones, did they have the water buffalo men's club or something? Who was that?
They had the buffalo. They had the horn.
Yeah, Fred and Barney were in the water buffalo.
The Royal Order of the Water.
I think so. Yeah. And they wore the big, big it looked
furry
like
thing.
English guard hats. Real tall.
Yeah, the big
But they had horns.
on the top.
Hilarious. We'll find out about all of these things when we return. And this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
This is Bob Cavoyan for Channel 13 in a special Olympic moment. We are going to recreate the very first time the torch was ever run in history.
Cut! The monkey's got no gloves on. Where are the monkey gloves?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I didn't have the gloves on. Sorry.
Now we're going to recreate the very first time the torch was run in history.
Cue the monkey. I'm not a monkey.
I'm a gorilla. There's a difference.
Cut.
I didn't say I didn't know what you wanted. I know what you want. I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
I can't go in the woods.
Why?
I have sensitive skin. I can't. I just can't do it.
Sensitive skin. You're
Sensitive
wearing
skin.
a gorilla suit. I
know
was
that.
just in the woods. Anybody can go
Have
in
you
the
ever
woods.
been bitten by a mosquito? Possibly a carpenter ant?
You don't want the gig? If you don't want to do this,
I didn't say I didn't want the gig.
Tony
I just don't wanna
Saragusa
go-
from the Colts. Tony Saragusa said,
Saragusa?
I can do this.
Saragusa
He
cannot.
wanted the role of the gorilla.
He cannot touch my gorilla.
Yeah, well, he didn't even need the suit, okay?
It's a little baby butt. That's all I'm saying.
Oh. Creamy.
Is it creamy?
Got hair on your butt?
That grossed me out saying
Not
that.
really.
No hair on your butt?
No.
Do you have
So
hair
sorry,
on your butt,
Christine.
No,
Josh?
grass don't grow on a racetrack.
I don't have hair. I don't have that much hair on my ass, no.
Okay.
Okay, could we move on?
When I shave, I have to kind of get in there. That's where it is. You know what I mean? It's like.
Wait. What? You shave your
You shave your
buttocks?
ass crack?
Yeah, I shave the crack.
God.
Oh my God.
You got what? Why wouldn't I? Is that a weird thing? That's weird. I didn't know this was weird.
Do you have a
Can you
separate?
stand up and show me how that works? I mean, how
No,
do you
don't.
do
I don't
that?
want to see that. I'm trying to unsee what I saw 10 minutes ago.
Typically, I lay on my side.
Come on.
I'm glad you'd warned me about the tan line.
You
thing.
lay on your side?
Yes, and so I'll lay on my side. I'll put a towel down on the bed, and then I lay on my side.
Wait a minute.
And
Do you have a series of mirrors?
And I have the clippers. No, I just
You're
just guessed.
shaving your
Clippers.
I don't do that. I don't think
You
I've ever
didn't
heard
want to
of
hear this?
This is you
clip it on your
you
bed?
trim your buttocks with electric clippers?
Yes.
Are these plugged into the wall?
Yes.
So you got this cord. You're working around a cord while lying on a towel.
When I
It's not
said
that difficult.
when I said don't go anywhere for the next 10 minutes, I didn't think this was going to happen.
Well, when you lay on your side,
So do
things kinda open.
so do you have a mirror up against another mirror?
I don't have a mirror. No.
You just do it by feel?
Yes. Yeah, like Tommy.
So, Josh.
Yeah.
Thank you for averting
So you're
some of me to you because
you're using electric clippers like you'd use on a dog.
I suppose.
On your rear end.
Yes. Not so much. The cheeks aren't very hairy. It's the.
How do you know that?
You got to get up in there.
So you at one point
I
get
don't,
in front of a full length mirror with another mirror. And
I like to keep house. I mean, I
You don't
let
go
it
that
go,
far up, do
but I
you?
don't. I'm trying to think where I stop. Maybe it is kind of.
Are you expecting company?
No.
Well, maybe
You never
sometime.
expect company.
you want to be ready for it. You keep your house clean, don't you? In case you have a pop in?
No. Oh, my real house, yes. So, are these clippers then? Are these? You don't use the same one on your beard, I assume.
That's correct.
You have a
That's
separate,
correct. There's
you,
a separate.
You mark them with like red tape on
No,
the
I
cord.
just,
or
I just
something?
know which is different.
Jeez.
Like, just you.
You know what? I use the same trimmer everywhere on my beard.
Really?
It's a trimmer. Yeah. You
But you're
rinse
not.
it.
But you're not back there. You know, near the oil derrick.
Well, according to
The dirt button.
the old devil's onion ring. Is that
you know
what you're
the
thinking?
It's
dirt,
really when
the
I say
dirt
get up in
starfish.
there, it's not really up. I mean, it's the gluteal cleft, I guess, is what you would call it.
You're in the area there.
Yeah, sure, it's in the
Electric
area.
trimmer.
Yeah, but I usually do it post.
Shower when you can get electrocuted.
Sometimes there's pre.
Do you have?
What do you don't think I towel?
Do you have those? Do you have those plugs? The what are they? GFI, whatever the hell they are.
Of course he does.
So in case you're still a little bit of moisture back
You know,
there.
I
don't
never
get
considered
zapped.
that this might be
Weird?
uncommon. Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about that.
I'm sure people do it. They're just smart enough not to say it out loud.
On a radio show.
It doesn't bother.
Waiter, could I have a shrimp cocktail? And I'll get back to my discussion of shaving my ass crack with my date.
I think that comes up at dinner, but
I hope not. Well,
I know many females that have to do that.
Along with, yeah.
okay.
That's true.
Women, yeah, it's not really the cheeks.
Right,
It's
it's
probably
up-
just the
Yeah.
That's not.
The cracker.
This-
not
yeah.
the cracker. I don't know where that
little
came from.
Cracker.
They have to.
The
sphincter.
crack. I combined crack and area into crack.
Carry.
now do you do the bleaching down there?
No,
I've read about
there's
that.
no reason to. I don't think anybody's really getting.
Close enough to
Yeah, they're not.
look.
Nobody has a jeweler's eye. Taking, examining it.
18th. They'll be at the Palladium, which should be a great show. Good friends of this show, by the way, the guys from Grand Funk. Details at Q95.com. Gunner's got them.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Monday starts the weekend. Okay, maybe it doesn't.
There's so much going on in sports right now. Obviously, you've got NFL action, you've got baseball playoffs, you've got WNBA action going on.
NHL season already started Friday.
And then, now, what was the thing with?
Oh God, I don't know.
You were talking about Bronny. And
Bronny and LeBron, they played together. Father and son played together on the Lakers. First time ever in the NBA, dad and son have played.
Yeah, but was that just an exhibition game, or was that an actual?
It's preseason action. I guess they're counting it.
So is he going to make the team?
Is he going to make the team? Are you serious?
What a great question.
Are they going to ask? Are they going to go with my idea and going to call him Bronny James Dio?
Please don't play that.
You mean
song in quotes in it?
Wow, are you deaf?
A little bit of Ronnie James Dio for you, ladies and gentlemen.
A little bit.
Gosh.
We interviewed him. He was a real nice guy.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Great singer.
Could he hear what you were saying, or did you have to talk loud?
Can you imagine?
I said, Ronnie, how are you today?
Can you imagine being able to sing that up like that? That's crazy.
I can't imagine people liking it, but apparently they do.
Ace, you're a fan, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then there we go. We do have Christy Lee. I can see her. She's right over there at the Silac Insurance News Desk. What's happening?
Officials say the planned demolition of the Tropicana Casino Hotel will include 150 pyro drones as part of the show. Phil Grucci, president of Fireworks by Grucci.
How you doing? I'm Phil Grucci.
KLAS.
It's Grucci or Gucci?
Grucci. It's G-R.
Grucci.
Grucci. That's Grucci in my book.
Yeah, wouldn't you call your company Grucci? Or Gucci?
That's actually 550 LED drones and 150 pyro drones, which will be used to create images in the sky above the Tropicana. There will also be pyrotechnics on the building as well as fireworks. The 7-minute show is scheduled for 2:30 a.m. this Wednesday, October 9th, and will be shown live on TV. Mr. Grucci said, I'm sorry.
I find these fascinating. You remember when the Kingdome was imploded out in Seattle? I watched that. I had it taped. I watched it a couple times. I thought it's really a science.
Well, this will be amazing.
Where to put the charges and so it is a controlled explosion.
Right.
Yeah.
The drone stuff, I saw a big drone
you were
thing.
you teased it, but
just amazing. It was part of a special program. Just amazing.
Well, what did they put up in the air?
Yeah, was it like fireworks?
Was it?
No, they're
What's the occasion?
A couple hundred drones up there. They're making different.
Doing what?
They can make logos. They can make words.
Yes, but what did they do?
Well, they did a football. They had someone kicking it.
Okay.
Still,
that helps.
This isn't very compelling, what you're telling me.
I'm just saying, it was a great visual display.
Let's do it like this. Where were you that you saw the drones? Okay, you can't tell
us.
Is that right? So that's why you'd bring it up on the air.
I was just talking about how cool drones are.
It was a charity event.
You were just a turd in a hat. You know that? Walking around and talking.
But it was sponsored by an NFL team.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm just saying, I had no idea how it's like a marching band in the middle of the sky. They're making formations.
And you know what? They're not. There aren't any humans piloting those drones. They just enter it into the computer, and
it's amazing, isn't it?
Nobody describes things like Tommy, do they?
I guess. If I knew a little bit more about it, maybe I'd be more amazed.
It's like a marching band in the sky.
No, it's
yes, it is. They're making formations. They're lighting up in different colors. So I'm just saying, they're probably. I guarantee it. This Tropicana
for all these drones. They have to have a place where they start,
there was a staging area far away.
That would be cool.
I imagine they'll be spelling out Tropicana or whatever.
I'm sure.
This thing and this should be amazing.
We'll be able to watch it on Thursday. It'll be fun.
Okay,
I'll watch it. Will you watch it? You'll watch it.
What are we watching? What's
the Tropicana destroying?
I will watch the
towers.
I want
to see pyro drones.
But there's not going to be any. The drones that are our pyro drones, they're not going to be making any formations or anything. Those won't be like a marching band in the sky.
They are going to use other drones.
Because why would they? They're blowing. This isn't for entertainment. They're blowing something up.
You weren't listening to me. It's going to be a show, chick.
No, it's not going to be a show.
550 LED drones and 150 pyro drones. So, yeah.
Why are
It's
they
gonna be
doing
a
that?
show.
Because they're celebrating the
explosion of
an iconic
a piece of history in
Las Vegas landmark, the Tropicana.
That's right. And they don't know how many people won money in that.
The
started
Rat Pack.
memories. You don't know how many people are buried underneath the building.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, they're what are they dynamiting the place? Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
They call it imploding.
Hasn't been a bomb like that in the Tropicana since Bob Zaney played the Chuckle Hut.
Wow.
It's a joke, Bob. Calm down.
I'm surprised he didn't show up at the door just now. Tom, say something about me.
Cassette tapes are making a comeback, but fans of the niche medium are having trouble finding tape decks to play them in. According to the tracking service Luminate, Taylor Swift's latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, became the best-selling cassette this year with 23,000 copies sold through June 30th, indicating a growing interest in the medium among nostalgic fans.
I think it's also, if you've got a car of a certain age,
right,
you're going to have a cassette deck.
And a lot of the younger kids are getting hand-me-down cars, which are going to have a tape deck.
Yeah.
I don't know what. We can probably find out what the last model year of a American automobile to have a cassette deck in it.
Does your car have a cassette deck?
It does.
Yeah, I figured because my Pilot had a cassette deck in it. I remember. Ms. Swift is not alone. A smattering of other popular artists have been releasing music on cassettes, but the New York Times notes that vintage tape decks in various states of functionality are somewhat hard to come by, while the market is still too small to mass produce new ones. A cursory eBay search shows a variety of cassette players for sale, some of which are brand new, on sale for as little as $3. However, some are going for $3,000 to $22,000 or higher end. I know there for a while when Guardians of the Galaxy was out, they sold a cheap cassette deck at some of the the Urban Outfitters stores and stuff like that. But
and I'm trying to remember. That I think there's only one factory in the United States that still makes them. We used to do the early Bob and Tom albums were on cassette. I forget when we bailed on it, but every once in a while I'll sign one for somebody.
It says here, the 2010 Lexus SC430 was the last car in the United States to come standard with a factory-installed cassette player.
What year? I'm sorry?
2010. The Ford,
so there are a lot of 2010s on the road.
The Ford Crown, the Crown Vic was available with an optional cassette deck until the model was discontinued in 2011.
Now, did you have a cassette deck in your car? What was the first one you had? Did you have an aftermarket one put in? I did.
That's what I had.
Can I answer the question, or are you just going to keep interviewing yourself?
Oh, I'd rather interview someone interesting.
You don't think I know that's the problem? The first car I had was the old cop car, and I did not have a cassette player. I had an 8-track player.
There you go.
And an FM converter. But the next car, the Gremlin, I did have a cassette and an 8-track and an FM converter. I had it all.
Oh, wow.
I had an aftermarket cassette deck in my little Mustang. Yeah.
This says the National Audio Company is the last audio cassette maker in America. And it also cites the movie Guardians of the Galaxy.
I had the aftermarket Blaubhunk
nice.
with the pullout.
Sure.
Oh,
so no one could steal your radio.
Sure.
You got to carry it around the fair all night.
You know,
nice.
I wonder if it would be possible to explain to someone who didn't have it that when you used to tune radios in, you just didn't push a button and arrive at the frequency. You had to twist the knob and get it just so for the station to come in.
And hence the classic, what's the word I'm looking for? Romantic move by the fellas on the ladies.
Oh.
What's that, Tom?
You reach over to tune the radio in and you get a little knee?
No, where you're dialing in Tokyo on the boobs. You never did that move. And then you make the sound effect of a radio switch. And you do make the sound effect of like you're
Can you imagine?
Christy, you've dated a few guys. Have you ever had any guy come at you with the tune in Tokyo?
No.
It's urban. It's an urban legend. And it's tuning in Tokyo. You're not dialing in Tokyo.
And there's no way you did that.
It's an American classic.
Do you remember the first boob you touched?
Yep.
I know the current boobs I work with. Coming right back.
Tom's so funny.
We have a great happy dog story. We have raccoons. We have sea snakes. We have giant male members. It's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Tell the story again. And I always love the story about when you and Cheryl were playing, and the day that you finally, the day that she quit playing one-on-one against you.
You mean when I finally beat her?
Yes.
This is Reggie's sister,
a couple years ago.
She wasn't going to play anymore.
Well, when I sent her shot into my mom's rose garden, we started playing horse.
Right.
But you got to remember, Cheryl was always 2 to 3 inches taller as we were growing up. So I started to catch her in height my freshman and sophomore year of high school. Mm-hmm. So up until that point, Cheryl dominated me. But she dominated everyone, though. I don't feel so bad.
Didn't she score how many did she score that one night? You scored, what was it?
45.
45. 50. She came in and...
I'm gloating. Because we had played in the away gym. She had played at the home gym. So my dad was with her at their game, and my mom was with me. So we get in the car. Hey, I had my best game ever. 40, 45 points. Strider started. Strider, what did you do tonight? And she looked at my dad and kind of looked down. My dad's like, oh, she had a pretty good game. I was like, oh, yeah, but I bet it wasn't 40, 45. No, she had a really good game. Well, what's really good? She had 105.
By herself?
I'm like, the team scored 105? No, son. Cheryl scored
105 points.
I
bet that record still stands.
I believe it does. They beat that team 179 to 12.
God.
The point guard, which is still a record, had 39 assists. I mean, it was like crazy numbers.
Okay, once again, Josh has put them on over his... Okay, so now in the groin area there...
Well, that looks ridiculous.
Whoa.
Oh, is she turning it on? Sit back down. Now,
this is why we have HD cameras.
Sadie has the remote control. Mm-hmm. And what is it? You have it caught in a crack? What's going on back there?
Okay.
You okay?
Okay, so are you prepared?
Now, Sadie, explain to me how the remote works.
Okay, so up to 20 feet away, which makes it really fun for a Valentine's Day date, out to dinner with your lover, a little private. There's 3 different modes. There's manual mode where I can just press a button and it will vibrate.
All right, there we go.
There's ambient mode where you can hold it up to a speaker and it'll pick up the bass from music.
Is that?
Or you can whisper sweet nothings into the mic like this.
Oh, my God.
Can you?
Oh,
so as she talks, it's vibrating?
Hey there, big
That's pretty good.
So she could be in the next room on a phone.
Really? Here, I'm going to step over here.
Oh, okay. Now Sadie's leaving and walking away over to Chick's mic.
All right.
And
oh my God.
Oh, she's whispering.
Talking to him, yeah.
I feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Let me try.
Whisper sweet
Wait a
nothings.
second.
Now I've got to.
Oh, it's so.
He's going to be
So what
finished.
do I do?
No, it's already doing it.
Hey, John.
Oh, no.
So it's vibrating to his voice.
What's going on?
It's as though your lips are up against me. Oh. Give it back to Sadie, please.
How about this? Is it? Oh, goodness.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? You don't want to do that. Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
That's why you're single. That's all.
What?
Are we? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're back live.
Back with that.
Not your tongue.
He was talking about me because I went like this.
No. I'll tell you what it was. You see, you're not even aware of what you just did. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're live in the Napa Auto Parts Studios. Coming up, our interview with Donald Fagen.
You're
from
so
Steely Dan.
stupid. You don't know what you're saying.
No, we're trying to make conversation. Just before the mic's open, Josh goes, "Hey, my toilet seat's on the way."
Yeah, that's right. He's excited about
Right.
It was something we had discussed.
Did you hear what Tom said? We were trying to make conversation. Tom doesn't
He didn't
have
speak a word
conversations.
during that break. He
Doesn't
kept
say
his
anything.
headphones
They
on.
invented the phrase, he talks at me.
Yes.
I thought it was like, Josh, okay, you're on a first date. Let's just say, and there's some nice music in the background. You're at a nice restaurant, and the waiter comes up. You order some sort of cocktail, I assume. What's your beverage of choice?
I might have a tequila and a beer.
Together?
Beer. Sure,
there you go.
Beer and shot. Why not?
As you can
What
see,
he's thinking is, you don't look like an alcoholic. That's what he's thinking.
Oh, no, I think he looks like one. And then
farthest from the truth, but go ahead.
And then this young lady orders something, and then you say, diverts the conversation starter, "Hey, my new toilet seats, I just got a thing from Amazon. It's on the way." And then she goes,
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he would do.
Waiter, could I get an Uber? I've got to get out of here. I have a thing.
My God, the way your brain operates.
I know, it's amazing,
Fascinating.
isn't it?
So your new toilet seat, something you want to tell us why?
Well, we were talking because I'm tired of my vacuum cleaner, and Christy and I were talking about vacuum, and I'm going to order the one she has.
Yeah, you're replacing your vacuum.
I love my vacuum.
I'm tired of mine.
So to enter the conversation, you said, "Wow, that's really interesting. Hey, my toilet seat's on the way."
Because the other day I mentioned that I broke it.
Josh, I love you, but I think he might be right.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying it's kind of a conversation killer, really.
I knew we only had 4 seconds left in the break.
It's kind of a funny thing.
I thought I would. Yes. You know what? I thought I was bringing up a topic that you would enjoy.
I get Josh. I know what he was trying to do.
Okay, sir, I didn't understand.
I hate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it took just over a year, but about 6 months longer than I had in the pool, but it finally happened.
No, you had the under. I would have taken the under too.
Josh now openly hates Tom.
I had the under myself.
Congratulations.
But then they said I couldn't play because I could violate. You can get Peterman Brothers. Visit them at petermanhvac.com. That's petermanhvac.com. Peterman Brothers, where you get great service because it runs in the family.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show at the Silac News Desk. It's Christy Lee.
Hey.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Salute.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Pat Godwin under the weather. Josh Arnold up to his armpits in Lake of the Ozarks. Could be going to the bathroom out in the middle of the lake right now.
Is the tournament over? I assume it's over today, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it was a Saturday, Sunday.
Keep asking questions. No one knows the answer.
Okay.
I'm Chick. Here's Tom.
We were talking about the apparently the cassettes are making something of a comeback. And they said Taylor Swift has sold, 30,000 cassettes?
Give or take.
Yeah, and I do think it's because people have old cars. Because they don't have the sort of a collectible... I mean, when you vinyl, for example, you're getting a nice piece of art.
Right. Yeah.
The album with a cassette, it's a little tiny package.
Which is why you didn't like cassettes to begin with.
Well, I always like the art on albums, but there are a lot of Bob and Tom cassettes floating around out there, including some of our classic albums. But it's just interesting to me that they're making a little bit of a comeback. And it started with Guardians of the Galaxy because there was that whole mixtape thing.
Right.
Well, the best part about the cassette was the blank cassette because you could then take your recorder and put it over the radio. And when you would hope the DJ stopped talking soon enough that you could hit record right as the song.
And you could make mixtapes.
Sure.
Or if you would hit the little tab so you couldn't record over it, but then you'd want to record over it later, so you get some tape and put it over the
Okay,
top.
now how many times did you get a pencil and you take the cassette out of the thing and there's tape everywhere? You take a pencil, stick it in those little gears and spin it around to get the tape back in there, or take a piece of Scotch tape where it broke and fix it. You'd be listening to the song, there'd be this glitch.
You'd put it on the end of a pencil and spin it around.
Oh, yeah.
You could rewind it or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or you could torture your brothers by taking their cassettes and pulling out the tape.
Oh, did you?
No, I would never do that.
I bet you
Oh, you were a little heathen.
See, my brother was like Chick. My brother John had the 8-track home tape maker.
Oh, yeah.
So you could buy blank 8-tracks and record albums onto 8-track.
I had 8-track, cassettes, vinyl, and receiver all in one unit.
And there hasn't been a revival of the 8-track. I would like to know. I'm guessing the last 8-track ever produced was probably country music.
Probably.
I'm guessing.
You know, I have a question. We have microphones in here that we have a hard time picking up our guests on, but yet I can hear every damn sugar packet every time you do that.
It's because I'm so sweet.
Is it just me?
You're just a pain in the ass. We all hear it.
Sorry. Whatever frequency that is, fortunately, I don't have to hear it.
Apparently.
The last major, now listen to me.
Okay.
Tom.
I'm listening.
The last major label 8-track tape released in 1988.
Wow. With
Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits.
Whoa.
However, there are some unauthorized releases that were made as late as 1995. 8-track tapes, but they're kind of boots, I guess. So there you
But again, to me, the reason the cassettes are still out there is because people have cars that were made before, what was it, 2010?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sure.
Well, why wouldn't 8-track tapes be out there?
I think Figgy has a cassette deck in her.
8-track tapes went out. The cassette was so superior. I mean, you remember, because with the 8-track, it would be in the, what was, you were talking to Peter Frampton about this, that in the, which song is it? Is it Do You Feel Like I Do?
Do You Feel Like We Do at the end? I had to make a repair on my 8-track so many times. It would go, and it would cut out, and that was the last.
So when Peter doesn't lie for us, he likes to pause there.
Something's happening. It goes right back to the first song. Ladies and gentlemen, unofficial member of San Francisco Society, Mr. Peter Frampton. Yeah, and then it go back to that.
That's some great stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it would click in the middle of songs.
Clunk.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
I've never listened to anything on 8-track.
No kidding?
Well, you're a kid.
Idea.
You're a youngster.
I got about 100 8-tracks stolen out of my car for love. I was picking her up from a restaurant job. And I was parked in back, and someone stole all my 8-tracks. So, of course, what did I do?
Bought new ones.
Nope, I blamed her. And
it didn't end well?
No, it did not.
Did you ever dial in Tokyo with her?
It's tuned.
Tune in Tokyo, and no one has ever tuned in Tokyo.
Bet there's some kid listening who's going to do it tonight. Hey, I learned something from Tom on the Bob and Tom
But those
show.
were the first boobs I touched.
I was going to say, is that the first boob you touched?
What about you? Why don't you put a what year was it? You can tell us what year. You don't have to tell us the person.
I don't remember this sort of thing, and a gentleman would never discuss it.
You don't remember the first boobs you touched.
Yes, you do.
Boy,
I bet it was in Michigan.
Not my
on the
mother's.
lake. Oh, my.
I was not breastfed.
Why would anyone suggest
Why would
your
you even
mom?
think that?
Were you breastfed, Christy?
No, but why would you even
Oskay?
think?
Nope.
Ace?
I don't know.
Fair answer. Mr. McGee, were you breastfed by your mother?
Kind of sad. No, I was not. No.
We were born of an era where that was considered not cool.
Yeah, the industry that makes
formula
decided to tell people that it's bad for you, and of course it's not.
On behalf of all of our listeners, Christy, do you remember the first breast you ever touched?
First breast I ever touched?
Yeah.
Excluding your own, of course.
Yeah, it was in a bathroom at a club because some girl had just gotten new boobs and she wanted to show them off.
That's a common thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you got to feel them. Oh, yeah.
She was in the club.
I was in the club. You know,
No, in that situation,
I didn't know if they were hard. You know, I was kind of interested.
In that situation,
I don't know if the boobs are hard, but
please don't be so vulgar. In that situation, did they taste any different?
I didn't taste them. Sorry to disappoint.
You got to get in there.
Dialing. Did you?
No.
You didn't do the dialing in Tokyo thing?
No.
Tuning in Tokyo! And no one does it!
Sure, it's been done. If you're out there listening, if you get a chance, pull over, email us if you've ever tuned in Tokyo and if you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not embarrassed to say I'm a boob girl. I love good set of boobs on a woman.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm really jealous.
Man.
Yeah. They're very nice.
Huh.
If Josh were here, he would tell you which restaurant to go to right down the street here.
Is there a woman that's very nicely
what?
Heavy gnats?
You know. The heavy gnats.
I don't know.
I'll speak for Josh when I
You
say.
have got to become conscious.
Give me the teaser.
I just love
Christine.
how you just skate over everything like you've never done anything wrong in your entire life. I love it. It's cute. It's very
I've made
cute.
many mistakes in my life. This includes in the realm of hiring.
Oh, all right.
See, always the shop,
always
Mr.
us.
Glib. That's fine.
Yeah, it's
Go
always
ahead.
us. That's our fault. Yeah. Coming up, we have a penis in the news. We have water buffalo in the news. We have a sweet story, as Tom mentioned, about a puppy dog.
Have you seen a picture of this dog?
I have not. I'll look it up.
Just beautiful dog. And a hero dog.
And you don't know how much damage a raccoon can do. We'll tell you.
I know what boobs Tom touched. That's right. When Tom was just a little boy, he had Paula, the upstairs maid, downstairs maid.
There was an upstairs, downstairs, but Paula
to help
kind
Tom,
lady, German immigrant,
find out about the
elderly.
World. Paula would give him a shower every night until Tommy was too big to give a shower. Oh, my goodness, the size of your Schwanzlucker.
It was a bath, not a shower. Paula, by the way, hers would be considered to be Zeppelins. She was
would they?
Stout, thick lady.
What would you do if you found out that all of that she wore was fake padding and she had a killer body? Just amazing body on her. Could have been the first Mrs. Griswold. Paula.
How old was she? Was old.
Oh my God, she was probably born in the 1800s.
Oh my God.
Did she ever nestle you in her bosom?
No, but she did teach me how to iron. Which that comes in handy. I'm a big fan.
What?
Yeah, she taught me how to iron.
All right.
You give me a shirt, I'll iron it for you. I've got that down.
Did she have the Coke bottle with the water in it and that special nozzle on top that she would sprinkle the water on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That little sprinkle, absolutely.
And my mom used to have that. I can remember that like it was yesterday.
And I remember when I got to college, I discovered spray starch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever do the thing where you forget what you're doing, you turn around, you come back, and your white shirt has the exact burned imprint of an iron on it?
Never done that.
No, I have.
It's easy to overstarch things, though.
That'd be kind of a fancy look you could do.
The shirt, the iron shirt.
Yeah, take a shirt and for Halloween, burn it.
Scorched look,
scorched it like that. That's the kind of it'll show up on one of those. Well, in Milan at the fashion show, there's 15 iron burn marks on it.
That
It's
makes
genius.
Kind of a cool Halloween. If you had the scorch mark of iron on your face, that'd be pretty good.
Ooh,
like somebody.
Or if you were tortured, that's a very good idea.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Like
right now, it's time to find out about those great Raycon earbuds.
Things are supposed to work seamlessly. We know that, and sometimes they don't. And it's even more frustrating when it comes to stuff you use every day. And you know what doesn't cause any kind of fuss, by the way? The Raycon best-selling everyday earbuds. You guessed right. Raycon's everyday earbuds will connect and work with zero drama. And Raycon's latest update, they added new features to make them even more easy to use. The everyday earbuds now feature a 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity, lets you pair with two devices at once. The new quick charge function, get a load of this, 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery, and of course the active noise cancellation. And available in new fun colors, blush violet, forest green, classic black, and a 30-day guarantee. So if you need to return them, that's very easy as well. So stop the fuss. We all need less fuss in our life. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom today to get 20 to 50% off site-wide. That's right, get up to 50% off everything on Raycon's website. When you go to buyraycon.com/Tom, that's buyraycon.com BabaTom.
They're the best. Read the reviews and get them for yourself. They're half the price of those other ones, and they're twice as good. I love my Raycon earbuds. Dog walkers, you're going to want those Raycon earbuds. Trust me on that. Now, when we come back, we got a great dog story in the news, and a beautiful dog it is, plus art in the news, and a screw in the face, as in a metal screw, by the way. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't want to. That would have been really weird. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Once again, Clayton Anderson, this is called
In the Dark.
Okay, great. Go for it.
All right. My baby's got a little secret. She knows I know how to keep it. Ain't trying to tell nobody. She likes it a little bit naughty. She don't mind giving up those kisses. That ain't nobody's business. She's down anytime as long as I keep it in the dark. With her lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark. She only lets me love her in the dark. Yeah, she only lets me love her in the dark. Might sound scandalous, but that's how I handle it. Cause I know she's mine on mine, just as long as I keep it in the dark. With the lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark. Hey! This is Pat's solo time right here.
This is me on the guitar, thank you.
So I don't even know. Every guy wanna take her home. That ain't what's going on. No, no, no. She's right here by my side, going home with me tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She likes to keep it in the dark, with the lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark, with her lights down low, nothing but her high heels, talking about a smoke show. She got my number, we keep it undercover. She only lets me love her in the dark.
Yes, sir. Wow. How good is that?
Back down to Bedford.
Clayton Anderson, that's great.
That's a hit.
Really cool.
Yes.
That song is a hit. Yesterday we were talking about hickeys.
Yeah.
I have a story for you.
Which one of your daughters has one?
You had those hickeys, yeah. Oh, and your daughters. Yeah.
No, nobody has hickeys, but we have death by hickey.
Death by hickey?
Mm-hmm.
Well.
My boyfriend was a vampire.
Were that me, I'm sure the officers would stand over my body and say, I have a feeling this is how he'd wanted to go.
More chalk.
Yes, because I'm so gigantic.
Oh my God.
One stick of chalk would never be enough.
We had to use a whole box of chalk to outline his.
Look at him. He had to take his headphones off, lean back, and he's screaming with laughter.
He's just an awful person. I wish I were an actual Sportsasaurus. I could rip your body, your limbs.
More chalk.
Lucky number 6.
Man, if that weren't funny, I'd be so mad.
You know what, Josh? I ate all day yesterday, and I really feel good about it, so screw it. You know what? It doesn't matter.
I was just trying to lighten the sad picture we all had of Josh lying there dead.
Oh.
Maybe lighten the mood.
You know, I think that's even more insulting. He's taken an insult to you and tried to spin it into a positive.
Oh, yeah, that's what's insulting.
Good God. 3rd and goal, hit Golden
Showers. Tate on a slant that was initially ruled a touchdown with 8 seconds left. After review, the play was overturned. As you can see, he's short of the goal line.
No, he's not.
And yes, he is. He's way short of the goal line. He's like an entire ball short of the goal line. The football, Tom. So that's with 8 seconds left. They had to stop play, look at the review. But then, due to a rule that causes a 10-second runoff when a clock is stopped by officials and then restarted, the game ended.
What?
With 8 seconds left.
What's the point of that rule? Another play?
In theory, the Lions could have lined up with a 4th down play as time expired, but the initial call of a touchdown is actually what disallowed that possibility.
Why?
The rule exists because the Rules Committee, led by Don Shula, the only comes when he wheels in, sons of bitches. I hate all you young mother.
Guest in the studio, Joe DeVito, single man. How old are you, Joe? You said
48.
Wow, 48 and single.
Yeah, wow. Tell me about it.
Do you want to be married?
My attitude seems to be traveling around the room. I kind of like it.
Do you want to be married?
You know what? I'm in the throes of a midlife crisis.
Okay.
I'm a few weeks into it, and I recently was involved with someone and it didn't work out. And it made me realize when I was young, I was like, oh, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get tied down.
Mm-hmm.
And now my mindset is, who can I trick into marrying me?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Hi, Jeff Oskey.
Hi, Chick McGee.
You caught me.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Hello, Christy.
Sorry. Hi. Usually go with me first.
I know. I'm going to try to mix it up. Hi, Tom. You got all your iced tea and all your beverages all
You have
squared
all
away?
the sugar in it. Everything's ready to go.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I got my iced tea here. I just finished a nice decaf coffee. Thank you very much for those.
I have an update on our goalpost. Did you see this, Chick?
The goalpost that was carried down Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee, 3 miles from Vanderbilt Stadium.
That's right. The Nashville Fire Department retrieved the goalpost from the Cumberland River. It will be turned over to Vanderbilt, where it will probably be cut up for fans for a donation to the SEC fund.
Great idea.
That's a great idea. Yeah, the SEC fined Vanderbilt $100,000, and that money has to go to Alabama because they were the opponent.
Well, they'll need it to buy handkerchiefs for all the sorrowful tears they'll be shedding. What do you think of that?
I try to be Switzerland as far as college football goes.
Oh, it's hard to do in my house.
Except Michigan. We all hate Michigan. But other than that,
hey.
What? I'm sorry, what? What did I say?
My brother, my sister, my mom, they all went there.
That's right. You couldn't get in. That's right.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Is it harder to get into Michigan than it was Columbia? Is there a certain amount of veracity to that?
Well, didn't you have siblings that went to Columbia, or your dad or something?
Are you a legacy or something?
You're not a legacy there?
No.
Did they
New York was calling, ladies and gentlemen. And believe me, the Columbia Lions will not be in the college football playoff.
Were you interviewed? Did you ace the interview? Did you
have to write an essay?
Meet somebody?
I don't remember.
Why I want to go to Columbia?
You didn't apply to college, did you?
Well, they sort of.
Yeah, back in the day, you do interviews, you would write essays. I don't know how it is these days. I'm not sure they.
You have to write an essay for sure. I didn't have to write an essay, I don't think. I just filled out some forms and sent in my.
In the middle of writing my essay, oddly.
Maybe I did write an essay.
I got a call about someone offered me a job on the radio. And Ohio State seemed to not mind as long as they could keep my $25,000. So there you go.
What $25,000?
The $25,000.
In tuition?
I don't know what. They said something about beer, and I'm not sure.
Okay, that seems a little steep.
It's like a beer tax.
Tommy's Pizza. I'm not sure what else was going on there.
Now, we return to the SILAC news desk as we leave the Dude Wipes sports desk. Christy, what have you got over there?
A trio of beachcombers in Denmark stumbled upon a whale penis. According to the Daily Star, Miss Ren Vilsham was picking up trash at a beach in Bornholm with her friends Morten Gebhardt and Kenneth Nielsen when they discovered what they initially thought was the fossil remains of a sea snake.
Morty and
have you seen this picture?
We come down and collect trash.
There you go.
There you go.
It's this thing looks like
it looks like a
it's about looks like about what 4.5 feet long, maybe.
Yeah, kind of curly on one end.
No, it's longer than 4.5, 5 feet long. I bet.
Yeah, maybe 5 feet long. And
well, what's with the curve in it?
Well, I don't know, but they soon
because
realized
it's a whale penis.
they actually had found a whale penis.
So which end hooked to the whale?
I assume the fatter one.
The wider, the thicker. Yeah, I think.
I would hope.
I would hope so.
Wait, so there's a dickless whale swimming around?
Well, the
out
trio
in the
believe it
Oh,
belonged.
you've never heard of the famous dickless whale? Oh, that's a great kid show.
Moby Dickless? I never read that book.
Moby Dickless.
No.
It's a funny show.
Sadly,
Teaches
Jeff,
kids about anatomy.
Doesn't it look like the front of the whale penis you could make talk? Doesn't it look like it has a pair of lips? It looks like Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors.
The trio believed it belonged to a young humpback that washed up on the same beach earlier this year.
You can see how they'd make that mistake.
Yeah, the whale penis has since been taken to the Nature Bornholm Natural History Center for further research.
I mean, you could certainly see how they made that. I know it's, for example, Saturday morning, I rode my bike into town, and I was sitting in my favorite coffee shop, just sitting outside and having a Danish and some coffee. And
rode my bike into town.
I'm glad you do that. Got some time
I got
for yourself?
distracted. I thought I was taking a bite of my Danish when I was just taking a big hunk of whale penis, just because it's they're so similar.
Salty?
It's been known to happen.
Yeah. And by the way, the cigar guy, go somewhere else, okay?
What cigar guy?
The guy smoking cigars at the next table. It's obnoxious.
Wait,
He was sitting outside.
Yeah.
In the morning.
But isn't he allowed to smoke cigars at the establishment? It just bothers you?
I mean, it go somewhere else. Go away from people.
I like smoke. I love cigar smoke. It smells good
not
to
at
me.
8 in the morning.
Yeah,
You're
not
right. Not at 8
at 7 in the morning when I'm trying to have a delicious cup of coffee. And oh, great, thanks.
Why don't you? Do you think you could ever be mature enough to go over and say, "Excuse me, I'm really having a reaction to your cigar smoke"?
Oh, between that and the ridiculous facial hair, I should probably say something.
Oh my goodness.
You're going to light that pencil-thin waxed mustache on fire, hipster.
Well, remember, you really do have to make it personal, no matter what you asking.
An Australian angler reeled in a rare oarfish recently, known as the doomsday fish, off the Tiwi Islands.
Oh, good.
This is the second time we've had this doomsday fish in the news this year.
I wonder if that's a sign.
Well, that's the thing. They say when you find one, bad things are going to happen.
Observers say,
and God knows if you grab any newspaper this morning, that's plenty of
plenty of bad stuff to go around.
Here we got Hurricane Milton just waiting. The massive oarfish landed by Mr. Curtis Peterson. Observers say the oarfish have a mythical reputation as predictors of natural disasters or earthquakes, although no correlation has actually been proven. According to the Australian Museum, oarfish are believed to live at the depths as much as 600 feet and can grow up to 30 feet in length.
Think about that, a 30-foot-long fish. Have you seen a picture of one of these?
They're disgusting looking.
They're really ugly.
Yeah.
As I often say, if looks could krill. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the acknowledgement of
Who are you thinking?
Dude, I was surprised. I watched a fishing. They have a fishing show on people catching tuna. Mm-hmm. And those things are like thousands of pounds. They haul them up on the boat, and I was like, well, you know how in the Bible they talk about Jesus performing the miracle, feeding everyone with 2 fishes?
Yes.
It's like, well, if they were 2,000-pound tuna, that's not a miracle. That's an easy
but it is, because Jesus was able to put them in cans with labels.
Oh, well, now that is a miracle.
You try doing that quickly. Yeah, this doomsday fish is really, like I said, this is the second one this year. One washed up, was it in Oregon earlier this year?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
And this one in Australia. And so, we'll have to.
I mean, it's gigantic, but very creepy. And they think that, as you said, this contributed to the tales of the old seamen would see sea serpents. And pretty scary looking critters.
A reported alligator in Pennsylvania turned out to be a hyper-realistic inflatable toy. According to WHP, Miss Anlia Leon.
We're missing a letter.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Wouldn't
WHP?
Yeah, they are missing a letter.
Well, there are some with 3, though, I think.
When this must be an early TV station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. According to WHP, Miss Anlia Leon of Lebanon County spotted what appeared to be an alligator in Quittapahphala Creek and called police. Rescue crews responded to the scene, anticipating they would be removing an alligator, only to discover the reptile was not real, but an inflatable toy.
But it's not like it says. It's not like a one you'd see in a pool.
Yeah.
It's kind of puffy and silly. And no, this thing looks like a real alligator.
Yeah, but you've ruined some gator's bachelor party. You get rid of the blow-up doll, the blow-up gator's gone.
Yeah, this thing
What a name for it.
scary looking.
Yeah. Do you have any of those inflatable toys for your pool? Like a big alligator or a flamingo or a
swan? Mostly the donuts.
Okay.
And then we have one of those floating. It's like bigger than a 4x8 of plywood. It's just this floating 1-inch thick.
Oh, the mat.
Oh, the mat. Oh, yeah, those are great on the lake.
Those mats are amazing.
Yeah, they're so cool. They didn't have those when I was a kid.
They're great out on the lake.
I'm always waiting for one of the kids to slip and hit their head on the side of the pool. So.
No, what you need
boy, you're just Mr. Optimistic.
That's why I'm lifeguarding all the time.
You get a bucket of ice, you put your bottle of vodka in the bucket, you surround it with ice and put it on the mat and just float your day away.
But these things, they're very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like 3 inches thick.
They're super cool. But other than that, we have the floating donuts, whatever they are.
Why do you feel the need to explain to me how thin this...
Because I
got it the first...
Because I hadn't seen one forever until...
well, you haven't been on a lake in a while then.
I've seen one.
Yeah. They're pretty nice.
They're very interesting. I'm not sure how the technology, what they did before.
They float.
Yeah, but the kids you can stand. 5 people can stand up on one.
Sure.
Oh no, ours at the lake we had 12 teen
There you
boys
go,
all
yeah.
wrestling.
Well,
on
how big was it?
It's big enough to hold 12 teen boys.
It's probably 15 by 10 feet. They're huge.
Your pool must be huge.
How big is your pool?
It's about twice as big as this room. It's the size a pool should be. It's not like a jacuzzi. It's a pool.
Okay.
It's a standard size pool.
You've been there. It's
a normal pool.
It's not one of those dumb kidney-shaped things. It's a rectangular pool like God intended.
Okay.
That's why God made all lakes rectangular.
Is that why?
Of course, you could just spin at the end.
The owner of a water buffalo that ran loose in a Des Moines suburb for several days has
That's
pleaded
my water buffalo.
guilty for having an animal at large.
Wally.
Back in August, you'll recall the owner was taking the animal to slaughter when it escaped and was spotted roaming around Pleasant Hill.
That's when the water buffalo said, I beg your pardon? Where are we going?
Where are we going? We're not going out on a walk? Fans named the water buffalo Phil after the city, Phill. Police spent days searching for the animal before it was eventually tranquilized, and the owner was fined $105 in order to pay court costs.
It's that kind
Seems a little light to me.
Creativity.
$105 for all the police work to capture this critter.
The former owner gave custody of Phil and 2 other water buffaloes, now named Sal and Jane, to an animal shelter. Phil was treated at a large animal hospital for an infected gunshot wound, but is said to be recovering well. Who shot at the water buffalo? That's horrible.
They were tranquilizing it with a...
I shot the buffalo, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
Now, because are you aware of the problems with the naming of these creatures?
No.
Well, because a buffalo, what you might think is a buffalo, is a
bison.
A bison.
We do not have buffalo here anymore.
You can tell a water buffalo by the snorkel.
How long? And the flippers? And flippers? Have you seen the is it Buffalo Wild Wings where there's a giant with Jason Kelsey's there?
And they did go into the restaurant.
And the big giant buffalo had giant wings. And the buffalo goes, well, I'm here for you, but where's your brother? Maybe I could be your brother. If he really loved you, wouldn't he be here right now? See, the buffalo talks. Man, that's funny.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So the buffalo is now not going to be slaughtered, obviously.
No, neither are his buddies. There were 3 of them in total that this guy owned, and now they're all safe in a shelter. So, good thing. It's a good story.
Wait a minute, they're keeping water buffalo in a shelter?
Yeah.
Are they set up for that?
I don't know. It says an animal shelter.
I get dogs and cats, but what?
That'd be a fun walkthrough, though.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Like
Would you?
pit bull, water buffalo, pit bull, water buffalo.
Golden retriever, a doodle. What the hell is that thing?
You see the little thing on Instagram? Please adopt our water buffalo. He's been sitting in the
I'm surprised, what is it, Colorado, in Boulder, they should probably have one of those things to be the mascot of their water polo team.
Well, Ralphie is already the football team, the Buffalo.
But they have a water polo team?
Colorado Buffaloes.
I would hope so.
I don't.
Wouldn't you want a water buffalo for the water polo team?
Despite they're the
so funny
water polo team, I think they do use the same buffalo.
Well, that's stupid.
For the water polo team.
Just saying.
What's the difference between a water buffalo and a regular buffalo?
I just told you, the snorkel.
The snorkel and the flippers.
You know what? I'm having trouble believing. Okay.
I saw a car the other day with a snorkel. Have you seen these, Christy?
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Like a 4x4 truck?
Yeah.
Like a periscope?
Yeah.
What?
It comes out the front. It's so your exhaust, your intake. So if you go underwater, it doesn't suck water into your engine. It's like an air intake thing.
Yeah, this car.
It's where people go mudding.
This was a super cool. It looked like a.
Shut up!
I have not seen
it. It looked like a Rover from 25 years
like
ago.
An old Range Rover. Yeah,
but it was not but a Land Rover.
Oh, okay.
But so you can go in deeper creeks and through the water.
It doesn't suck air.
I got you.
It doesn't suck
Makes
water up
sense.
through your air intake.
This is a water buffalo chick. This is what it looks like.
Oh, look at the horns on that thing.
Yeah, they have some nice horns. I don't know if you'd be able to put that in a shelter. I don't know.
But see what people
take it out for a walk.
You're going to get a dog stuck on one of those horns.
There you are.
Good God.
Yeah, not a great week for buffaloes, really.
Why?
Didn't the
What did I
Bills?
miss?
Didn't the Bills lose to the Texans?
Oh, yeah, they did.
It was close, though. 23-20, I think.
It was right at the last minute. It was overtime, wasn't it?
And then, well, you're talking about the Ravens last week, really knocked their dicks in the dirt, so to speak. I don't know what the names of the players were.
Now, isn't Dix in the Dirt a town in upstate New York? It's near Schenectady?
Dixon.
Dix in the Dirt, New York. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's a nice place.
I think we're okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do a quick survey. Who wants more to worry about in life?
Not me.
Nobody.
Anybody? Ace? Anybody? Jason behind the glass? Anybody?
Crazy?
Yeah, that's because there's plenty to worry about right now, but maybe we can take one of those things off of your I'm worried about this plate. I'm talking about retiring. Down the road a piece, of course, but you want to think about it now because Social Security, should it still exist, may not be enough. And most of us don't have jobs where there's a gold watch waiting for us and a nice pension. That's pretty rare these days. So this is where something called an annuity comes into play, which will involve getting you a check pretty much every month. You get the details and find out what annuities are from the annuities experts at Silac Insurance. This is what they do there. And see what I'm talking about by visiting their website, SILAC.com, or just go to the Bob and Tom website where Chick McGee will guide you through a couple things about having your retirement be a little bit more comfortable and take that worrying out of what's ahead of you. So see what restrictions apply. See if you qualify. Head to SILACINS.com. Once again, or go to BobandTom.com. That's Silac, the experts in the world of annuities. All kinds of interesting stuff in this world, and you may be able to sleep a little bit better once you check this out. It's the Silac Insurance Company, proud sponsors of the Christy Lee newscast. Coming up, speaking of rescue, a great story about a dog. And have you seen a picture of this dog?
Yeah.
I want this dog. Aww. What a beautiful dog. And also we have more news from the world of contemporary art. Coming up also, comedian Reno Collier. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, my name is Alexa. Are you looking for Bob and Tom Radio? Well, it's on me. Just say, Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
I mean this in kind of an way. I would imagine you probably had a lot of guy groupies
but not like in a traditional group. You know what I mean? In other words, dudes coming up to you.
Rod McEwen.
Guys who want to party with them?
There's a reason why they call him Rod.
Rod waited for us in Hawaii. We were on our way to Australia, and Rod heard we were coming to, stopping in Hawaii. He waited.
At the airport?
He missed it. Yeah, at the airport. He missed his flight to meet us because he thought we were one of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because of the bits we did.
What I meant was, as Christy, in other words, you guys are like,
clean it up now.
I want to party with these guys.
Party with these guys.
I mean, I imagine that'd kind of be a buzz. Kind of be a burden though after a while.
No, we just like, I don't think so, man.
We got a lot of bits from these parties. We went to one party very early in our career. I think it was in Rochester.
Yeah.
And this one guy brought he was a blues collector, and he brought his famous, never heard before, Lightning Hopkins disc. And he had it on the turntable. And very carefully put the needle on there. And he sat down with his eyes closed, and some party guy ripped it out. Threw it off, put another record on. That was cool. That one. Remember that one? That's where we got Earache My Eye from. Hey, that's my record, man.
Maria, were you a temp? Did you ever?
I was a temp for a long time, about 7 years, and I was like how they make every job sound like, so crazy,
we do things a little differently around here. We're a bit of a nut house. Hold on your hat. It's going to be a wild ride.
But it never is. I trained people in at offices, so I was like, the fax machine's a little tricky. Yeah, you got to dial 9 to get out. No, a lot of people try to use the fax machine. They go, it's not working. I said, did you dial 9? Once a week, Rajiv. No, every day we get bagels in the kitchen. There was week. Rajiv made some mini muffins. That's on a Monday. Guess what that's called? Mini Muffin Monday. I wish offices would be as crazy as they always promise. You get trained in, be like,
take me out of your pocket. Hi, I'm Zakynthos, the talking rabbit. I'm in charge of the volcano. Don't worry. You'll be working for Thor. He's always scrabbling through the recycling looking for quartz. He's a dwarf. Nude. Anywho, lunch is from 12 to 1, but there is a wrinkle in time, so just try to get back any time for the quickening. Your flippers, your barbecue tongs. If you have any questions, go back to the 5th dimension. I'll be sitting there on my lily pad. My only question is, when do I start?
Yeah.
That is a good job.
Wow.
Man.
I love that. Dial 9 for the fax machine. Remember that. Everybody's crazy. No, they're not. Okay. Thank you. Maria Bamford is with us. Wow, that's brilliant. That's very, very funny.
Did you ever work in an office, Tom? I don't think you have you?
Worked in a restaurant, right?
No. It's an interesting experience. Bob, did you ever work in an office?
Oh, yeah. I did a little.
I have issues with authority, you might have noticed.
I know. That's why I was asking. You know what struck me is it's so quiet.
What, in an office?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, you're still, that's if people are actually doing work, yeah.
And I had to work at a bank once when I was at temp, and I was stunned at how quiet it was.
And people whisper, you know what the saddest place in the world is when you're the temp and it's time for office birthdays and you didn't get the email because you're not on the system yet.
Right.
And you hear the voice of your coworkers rise from the conference room, happy birthday, everybody who had their birthday in the office this month. And if you cup your Curves mug against the conference room door, you can almost hear the happy scraping of plastic fork against paper plate. And later sometimes, somebody comes by your cube and says, oh, there's cake left. Did the temp get any cake? What's her name again? Hey, my, if you want any cake, there's cake left.
Nice.
Cake? Temp want cake?
Yeah.
They all want cake. At the end of my shows, sometimes people will, shout out a request or something like that, which is very flattering. And, you get to do some bit that you haven't done in a long time. And it's kind of fun sometimes to knock the dust off something that you haven't done and do it again,
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
I recently had somebody yell, hooked on phonics, which I hadn't done in a long time. And it's fun to go, oh, man, I haven't done this bit like in, years. And that was the bit from the commercial. Do you remember the Hooked on Phonics girl?
Yeah.
The little girl with the braces. Hooked on Phonics, work for me.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, what if she applied what she learned and she couldn't get the commercial right, you know? Hookie on Pahonite, working for me. Hookie on Pahonite, working for me. Okay, cut. We're not going to move a lot of tapes like this.
No, we're not.
I'm telling you.
Brian Regan. Auditorium has a bunch of great stuff coming up. I know what we got coming up in about 15 minutes. We're going to kick off Monster Cash 9 to 5. As a matter of fact, today you're shot at $1,000 an hour. Pay close attention. Monster Cash from Q95 is about to begin. Serious money.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. What a day. My goodness. All kinds of stuff covered.
We got a
mostly tuning in Tokyo.
Do you want to explain tuning in Tokyo, Jeff Oskey?
Why does he have to do it when you're the weirdo that came up with it?
I didn't come up with it. It's a standard thing that exists in the world.
I don't think anyone else has ever heard of this except you.
I'll try to do it. It's in the realm of second base, if you will, copying a feel that that sphere, the kind of young romance, adding a little bit of. You're a funny guy. You're a great stand-up comedian. Do you have?
Hey, eat me.
Do you have?
See how funny?
Do you have fun things you do with your lady friend?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sure. You do fun stuff.
Yeah, she would love that.
Yeah, but tuning in Tokyo, Christy.
Yes.
I forget why you brought it up, but it was about.
I know why we brought it up, because I was talking about touching a lady's breast.
Oh, that's right.
One
of your friends had a boob job.
Right.
And it happened in college, right?
No, it didn't happen in college.
And you guys kissed?
I was probably
you're
college
getting
age.
You're getting off track.
20s.
Okay.
The point is, when your friends have boob jobs, apparently this is a big.
They always want to show them off.
They want to show them off,
Sure.
and you gave them a quick feel to see if they were
hard,
gooey,
or
or
they were
hard.
rock hard.
And that led to tuning in Tokyo, which is what a young man might do to a young lady, as long as they're, of course, of legal age, depending on what state they're in. That's kind of in the news right now.
Oh boy!
Dear Bob and Tom Show.
So much for having fun.
I did tune in Tokyo with my college girlfriend in 2008 at a fine Midwestern institution. I was on a waterbed. And by the way, 2008 for a waterbed is that's way past its prime.
Yeah.
That is good for you, sir.
I hope you changed the water.
Yeah. By the way, we still laugh about it to this day. Dear Bob and Tom, I have done the tune in Tokyo with my wife early on when we were in the kitchen. And he goes into some great detail about convincing her for some reason she had to hold her hands over her waist and turn around. Very funny.
Dear Tom, I dialed in Tokyo last night in the shower. I should mention I was by myself.
Okay. Is that from a gentleman?
John from Louisville.
Okay. And the idea, Christy, once again, is as you're twisting. And then you're pretending that you're between radio stations.
And you're getting the static.
And then you end up with one that sounds like Japanese. And we brought that up because we had the Japanese description of the
I thought you had it.
College. Oh, do I have that over here?
Yes. You played it the last time.
No, that's Dynamo. I don't know. I don't have it.
But have you ever, Christy, you ever had anyone do the safe cracker with the nips?
Safecracker.
Oh,
same deal.
You put your ear up to it and you try to dial.
So this is what you do. See, now you're admitting it.
The 32 right, 40 left, and 2 right.
But now, see, the dialing in Tokyo, Christy, what you would be doing is you would be making that sound like you're between radio stages, and then you're part of a... And then, of course, if you get lucky... I got Tokyo. I got Tokyo. Sorry. Those Japanese dudes are yelling.
Why did we give the guy who has no hearing left all the controls? I don't get it.
I have no idea what.
What'd you say?
All right, I think...
This weekend, this comes to us from Paul. Thank you.
Okay, Paul.
Here's this weekend, I tuned in Tokyo because my girlfriend likes it. By the way, I don't touch the left one, though, because that turns the volume up. That could be taken.
That's very funny.
That could be taken a number of ways. Let's see. Dear Bob and Tom Show, I love listening to your show on my way to work. Today, when I heard you talk about tuning in Tokyo, I couldn't believe someone else knew about that. This is, by the way, is from Lori.
Hi, Lori.
My ex did that to me constantly.
Notice the X.
She's gone to all caps. I hated it. As newlyweds, sure, I chuckled a little, but day after day for 20 years.
Wow.
I would avoid face-to-face encounters with him.
Oh, geez.
Like passing in the hallway. So, once again, tuning in Tokyo. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, we have many more of these.
As far as Chick earlier was curious about telephone poles, how deep how they go.
And my theory was at least half as high as the telephone pole is. That's how much you want to bury to make it nice and sturdy.
According to Andy, Bob and Tom Show fan, power poles and telephone poles are set 10% of the height of the pole plus 2 feet. So a 40-foot pole would be 6 feet deep.
I wonder what the extra 2 feet's for. Just because?
Jimmy Hoffa. Because he kind of get crammed down.
So I don't know if Andy knows what he's talking about.
Sounds like he does, yeah.
Cool. Michael writes, yes, tuning in Tokyo every time with my wife. It's the only way she can achieve.
Whoa.
There you go. Well, thank you.
Nipples are very sensitive sometimes.
Yeah, so... and sometimes the sound effect, you may appear to be somewhat juvenile.
You think?
Immature.
Us?
You guys?
Yeah, you'd never see that in, one of those fancy French movies. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like
Tuning
Francois Truffaut never had Jean-Paul Belmondo.
Oh my God!
Tuning in Tokyo, the back of some.
Now your friend Christy that you got to feel up. Did she have you do the motorboat test on her?
No, I didn't do the motorboat test. This was early in the breast implant world too, so things have changed a lot since then. They were a little hard for my taste.
By the way, some of these letters are really graphic.
Well, read them slowly.
Yeah. This I just can't.
Go, man, go.
Jimmy writes 100% tuning in Tokyo.
Oh.
Sound effects and everything.
Okay, that's Jimmy. What does his wife think of that?
Well, then he goes into something about how when he does it, certain gravitational things may affect her panties.
Okay, well, that's tuning in Tokyo is that area. What about
down there?
Like searching for your car keys or something? How about that?
What?
I guess you could tune in.
By the way, let me just say this.
Wait a minute.
If you do find your car keys,
can I find my car keys? I'm just looking.
You could try the tuning in down there or the safe cracking. That would be very interesting.
Somebody's very excited about even the prospect of.
I think it might be too echoey.
What?
For the radio, the radio, because you got to do the sound effects.
No, you don't.
Tom, when's the last time you had a dream about
when's the last time you had sex?
Having sex with one of us.
Wow.
With one of you guys?
Yes.
That'll be never.
Never? You've never had that dream?
No, of course not.
Huh.
Of course
That's
not.
Odd.
No, not at all.
I just had me and Jeff went at it last night.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
It was so real.
Yeah.
Really?
No?
Really? A lot of beard hair in your eyebrows?
Or eyebrow hairs in my beard. Either way.
Oh, nice.
We were all topsy-turvy, Tom.
Okay.
I didn't know what was up or down.
Okay.
And I didn't care.
All right. We certainly enjoy your letters. You can reach us, Bob and Tom, at bobandtom.com. Love to hear from you on any topic. I do want to remind you that Mr. Oskey is going to be part of a great bunch of comedians heading to heading to Iowa. Of course, I'm talking about Larchmont, Iowa. Larchwood, Iowa, forgive me. Larchwood, Iowa, near Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's the Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort Event Center. This event will take place Friday evening, October 25th, featuring Al Jackson, Pat Godwin, Jeffrey Oskey, and Josh Arnold for a great show featuring some of our good friends. So hope you can be there. Once again, GrandFallsCasinoResort.com. Coming right back, it's the Bob and Tom Show. I'm just getting ready for it.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18 wheels on a big rig.
Everybody, here we go.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18 wheels on a big rig. And they're rolling. Okay, let's back them up. Here we go. Oh, there's 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wheels on a big rig. Okay, the even numbers.
This is easy.
Oh, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 wheels on a big rig. And they're rolling. Okay, by 1.5. Here we go. Oh, there's 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, 10.5, 18 wheels. We on a big rig. And they're rolling. Okay, the odd numbers. Here we go. Oh, there's 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, on a big rig. And they're rolling.
Math is hard.
Okay, Roman numeral. I'm ready for this one.
All right, go.
Oh, there's I, V, I, X, I, wheels on a big rig.
Very good.
Roman. Okay, Roman numerals backwards. Here we go.
No.
Oh, there's XV, I, XV, XIV, XIV, wheels on a big rig. And they're Roman.
All right. Wow. Zowie. Hey, did you enjoy those videos played in that break? Check out the Bob and Tom YouTube playlist for more great stuff.
I'm in Bob and Tom's studios. April Macy was on Bob and Tom today, and I probably know more about what turns her on than anybody I know of. She's trying to play hard to... Oh, Eureka's! I swear to God, she is fire-ass hot.
Hi.
Remember me?
I do, unfortunately.
Yeah, don't worry about that restraining order, because that's expired now. But you're famous. You've been on TV before, and I'm sure you're used to the porkerazzi coming in taking pictures. I swear to God you are.
Oh, please don't say porkerazzi.
Porkerazzi. You don't carry pepper spray anymore, do you? Because
It's so uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable, your porkerazzi.
Well, the last stuff you carried stung a little bit, but you are from head to toe. You want my pager number, maybe? Is that something you might
perhaps
be interested in?
Pretty lonely.
Okay. I tried to hit you up on Christian Mingle, but your profile picture didn't really reply to what I had, so...
Yeah, you can go on J-Date if you'd like to see me.
Go on J-Date? Okay, I swear to God I will. I know what the J stands for. I had tennis elbow doing that all through high school. I'll see you, April.
Bye.
Sexy thing. Oh, my God.
Girl, the food was great. The company, even better. Why sit here all night long, going on about the weather? I know it's our first first date. And good girls gotta wait. But I just turned 83. And you said you're 78. The moon is full, you know what I'm thinking. Let's make love, we're old and we're shrinking. The hour's late, let's just do it on our first date.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? You don't want to do that. Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Coming up Saturday evening, October 19th. Some great music, Grand Funk. Good friends of this show and a great band.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hi.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Got that joke of the day coming up over there.
We certainly do have the joke of the day coming up. And speaking of comedy, with any luck on the big screen, we should be tuning in Tokyo. There we go.
Hey.
It's comedian Reno Collier joining us from Greater Nashville. And
yes,
are you up to speed on the tearing down of the goalposts?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
We've been talking about that all morning.
The funniest quote I saw was when Vanderbilt won was the nerds will inherit the turf.
And Chick was telling me they carried that thing 3 miles to the river. That's amazing.
And chucked it in the Cumberland.
Yeah. And I guess the fire department retrieved it, and they're going to be fined $100,000. And then we have determined what a new one is, like 18 grand for a new goalpost. We're not sure if that includes the install.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Or the delivery.
If we get COVID again, I'll probably be the one putting it in.
Okay. Reno Collier is a stand-up comedian and a very handsome man. Your beard is looking good. It's kind of I noticed that on the lower left, it's getting a little bit kind of matching gray to the other side.
It's trying to catch up.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a thing going on. Do you trim that yourself, or do you go to a professional?
No, I trim it myself. My wife thinks birds live in it, but it's it's kind of badass. I like it. Yeah. I can't do like a real long one. Here's what it is, dude. It's falling out up here, and I think subconsciously I'm trying to have people look down here.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I don't know.
Yeah. So
I really don't care.
You're trying to distract them from your forehead. You're doing great. You got a lot of hair up there.
It's all right.
Looking good. Looking good.
It's coming out, but
you look
I don't
like
care.
you look like a Civil War general.
Yep.
Dude, I hear that more than you would ever know, my friend Jeff Oskey. On a daily basis, I'm asked to read letters to home.
I think the contemporary glasses take away a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Do you need
Are these contemporary?
Relatively speaking, I was considering an insult by implying that
Bring
they
it.
were.
I don't care.
Implying they were out of fashion, but I don't know anything about glasses. All I know is that there was a style in the early '80s where the bar on the side came down and attached at the bottom.
Yes.
And everybody remember this, Reno? Everybody had their initials in the lower corner. That was the stupidest thing. And then
rhinestones.
I forget. I forget which one of our guests said he went to see Ronnie Millsap, and Ronnie Millsap had RM in giant letters on the two glasses because
Christy,
he was blind. You see,
You're the glasses expert. Don't those look like ladies' glasses that Reno's wearing a little bit? I think they do.
No, they're men's. I got them at Sam's Club.
Okay.
Well, okay.
All right.
They're men's glasses.
They look like maybe it's the lighting.
They're gray, right?
They look
Like
a
your
little
hair?
light purple to me.
They're gray like my hair. Yes, Christy.
Now,
and the lenses are bald like my forehead.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
I did not say bald.
Now, Reno,
Your
do
name
you?
is Chick, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's good.
Reno, do you do you wear them on stage?
Nah. I can see they're the three tier ones, like
trifocals.
Progressives. They're called
Yeah, and I can see well enough to not wear them on stage. I don't like them; they bother me. But I read these things, so it's
Well, but Christy, progressive and Reno have never been used in the same sentence.
Except for insurance. Except for insurance.
Very angry when he talks about progressive.
Somebody gets angry. I know that.
Reno Collier is our guest, distinguished comedian. And Reno, I don't have your schedule in front of me. I apologize.
No, it's all good, man. I got it. It's October 17th through the 20th. I'm at the St. Louis Funny Bone. Or October 17th through the 20th. And then October 24th through the 26th, I'm in Chattanooga.
All right.
Comedy Catch. Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, while I'm at it, a real quick one. Greg Warren in Louisville at the Comedy Caravan, 10, 11, 12 with Willie G.
Oh, fun.
All right. And Greg has that great new podcast out there. I certainly would recommend that. And you also have a podcast, right, Reno? Check?
No.
I thought you were doing...
Yeah. I did a bunch of Sober Talk that you can get anywhere the podcasts are done. I go in. They're really fun, man. They're not as funny as, not a comedy thing as much, but it's
so it's much like this segment so far.
Yeah, it's exactly like this, except every once in a while someone says the word alcoholic.
But they do it anonymously.
I have a question. I have a question for you. Do you? What was your drink of choice back when you were a drinker? May I ask?
Coors Light with a back of Jack Daniels.
Okay, now do you...
holy hell.
I was just reading about this. I was not aware of this, but they have brand name booze without the booze now.
Oh, God.
Which is weird to me.
They're not a sponsor, right?
No.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
Do you drink any of the alcohol-free beers? I know those are much more common.
No, hell no. That's the last thing I need is that rooting around in my head about how good it tastes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay off of it, man. And whatever I don't want to say the names.
I think it's great if people like them. That's fine.
Yeah, that's great if you like it. You're not going to get drunk and you're going to pee all the time and you look like a raging alcoholic. Just drink a Diet Coke and who cares?
Okay. Similarly, in the world of smoking, there are all kinds of different things. You've got the patch. And you've got those
Nicorette gum or whatever.
Yeah, the gum. Yeah, a friend of mine goes through a whole pack of that Nicorette gum every day. He never is not chewing it.
Oh.
What is the Zyn? Is that a pouch?
It's a packet. It doesn't have any tobacco in it. It's just nicotine.
The nicotine. Okay, so that's
and
better.
You just stick it in, and no one can tell it's there. You can swallow it. It's not the packet itself, but they're easy, dude. Yeah, you can hide out with those. No one even knows they're in.
Did you ever try any of that stuff?
I did all. Well, it depends on if I'm talking to my friend Tom or to my health insurance company. I'm not absolutely not, Tom.
Sorry.
I'm anti-drinking, anti-smoking.
Yeah, well,
never tried either one of them. Don't care for them.
No, I know, but you do have your podcast about sobriety.
That's just to help other people. That has nothing to do with me, Tom.
Is there one to quit smoking? Is there like a bunch of people talking about how much they loved cigarettes back in the day?
I can tell you this. If someone's doing a podcast about stopping drinking, they will not say don't smoke. Because outside of any group of people that quit drinking, they are sucking down lung darts like freaking Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Can you smoke at AA meetings?
Outside. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't go.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
You know.
That's always my favorite, Reno, when I drive by a church at like 7 o'clock at night and there's 19 guys outside just chain smoking, and you're like, oh, there's an AA meeting in there tonight.
Well, whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Episcopals are tearing it up out in front of that place today. What's going on in there?
I see. Okay. Well, Reno, are you ready to do a little speaking? Or are we?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am.
Are you ready to do a little speaking?
Well, because
Countrified take?
Let me just say something real quick, Reno. The reason I worded it that way, we have a story coming up, and I don't know if any of you guys saw this. When I saw this, I started laughing. The president of Argentina is being accused of stealing a speech from that TV show, The West Wing.
Yeah.
Obviously translated.
Yeah, but he did it in front of the United Nations General Assembly.
Hilarious. So anyways, I just want to say, to preface your remarks, none of these remarks were written by Aaron Sorkin.
No.
That's right.
Is that okay to say that?
Not one.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
sir.
You can go now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So as you know, I live in the South, and the South is known for gossip, almost like it's ingrained in our DNA. Now, I don't know about in the men, but as far as I can see, it's everywhere. So many conversations start with phrases like, don't tell anyone I told you this, or you ain't gonna believe what I just heard. And whatever comes out of their mouth after following that, ooh, it's gonna be juicy. I remember we had just moved into a new neighborhood, and I came home off the road. And when I pulled up in front of my house, there were a group of women in a pack staring at the house next to me, circled with police tape. There was an ambulance, a fire truck, and like 7 cop cars. The women were visually upset. I walked over to them and asked them, what in the hell happened here? The first one spoke up. Well, you didn't hear it from me, but that man in that house was having an affair with Cindy across the street, and his wife came in and just started shooting up the place.
Wow.
Cindy came running out screaming. The wife just kept on fire until Cindy got in her house, and then she took off into the woods. Cindy should have known better, but hell hath no fury like a Baptist woman scorned. I walked over to the cop putting up the police tape, and I asked him, did y'all catch Cindy? He said, who's Cindy? Is she the one that walks the dogs? I said, I guess that's code for screwing around with cops, huh? He said, what's wrong with you? There's a woman that walks his dog. She went to take him for a walk and found the homeowner at the bottom of the steps. He slipped and hit his head. She ran across the street and immediately called us. And I'm like, so no gun? No cheating on his wife? The cop said, well, he was 92 and lived alone. Were you talking to those hens over there? Oh, God. Yes, sir. Well, there you go. Now, I feel like those women should be ashamed of themselves. It's disgusting. That poor man isn't there to defend himself anymore, and they just ramble on and on and on with no repercussions. For instance, Josh isn't in the studio today. He's on a fishing trip with his brothers. I mean, I guess if you want to call going to a furry convention a fishing trip, that's up to you. Look, that's none of my business. I'm not here to speak out of turn. I mean, when Josh tells me there is no Bob and Tom show without him, and he's sick of backpacking all y'all, look, that's between you, not me. That's between you and the hundreds of other people he said that to. I mean, Sure, his ringtone is "Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show," starring Josh Arnold. But that is his personal business. I mean, is it weird that he has a calendar hanging in his garage and each month has a different picture of Jeff Oskey going to the bathroom at a different rest area across the country? Of course it is. It's disturbing. But that doesn't mean we should talk about it when he's not here to defend himself. For God's sakes, the poor guy has 6 nipples. And quite frankly, that is nobody's business but his and the 6 micro wrestlers he has living in cages in his basement. So look, I say collectively, let's not start rumors about people that can't defend themselves, and let's stop the gossip. In the words of Josh Arnold, I love the shoplift. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country folks.
That's known as slander because it was spoken of. Hey, thanks, Reno. Once again, Reno Collier, Chattanooga, coming up the 24th and 25th. And then it's also, what is it? It's called the Comedy Catch. And all the way through, all the way through the 26th. So check out Reno Collier. Thanks, Reno. Always a pleasure.
Guys. Have a great week, everybody.
The beard looks very nice. Right? Anyone going to agree with me? Okay, good.
Of course it does.
Thank you very much. I look across the way. Speaking of great-looking beards.
Thank you very much. You ever felt a sense of unease when you leave your house, Tom? And driving down the street. Did I leave the door open? Is there a cat in the refrigerator? Well, with Simply Safe, your worries are pretty much over. I needed a security system about 10 years ago, and I did some research. I did the legwork. I went online, which is the best. Simply Safe. That's right. It's protected my compound for about 10 years now and exceeded all my expectations because Simply Safe has Fast Protect monitoring and LiveGuard protection. Simply Safe agents can act within 5 seconds of receiving your alarm and can even see and speak to intruders and stop them in their tracks. And Simply Safe has been named Best Home Security System by U.S. News & World Report for 5 years running and offers the best customer service in home security, according to Newsweek. So, protect your home with 50% off a new Simply Safe system plus a free indoor security camera when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Thank you very much. Coming up, we'll hear about Argentina plagiarizing the West Wing, allegedly. Also, a screw in the face, the kind, that you turn with a screwdriver. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that Chick McGee? Well, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Okay, now, Pat is going to remove her wig. Go ahead, Pat. Can you see it? We're taking a little video.
Well, let Miss Pat put a hat on.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you yanked it right off. There
is that clipped on? Oh, no, you've got like a yarmulke. Wait a minute.
That's a skull cap to hold the wig on.
Looks kind of like a yarmulke.
So it don't fly off in the wing, Tom.
See, we're already down to the skull on your head, so we don't give you a skull
Miss
cap.
Pat is not going to place her wig on my head.
Go.
That's really tight, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, geez.
Let me do it. Don't mess up my wig, Tom.
You got a giant melon.
Are you supposed
Tom.
to cover my
no
ears?
Idea.
Yeah, for a minute. Wait a minute, Tom. I got this.
Ow!
Let the listeners know out there that there are about 30 cameras right now.
You're really hurting my ear.
Let me make sure it's styled right.
Trained on Tom.
Do I have bangs? I just want to have.
You look like Weird Al Yankovic.
Chick, describe. How do I look? I can't see.
You have a very dark, curly-haired wig on your head, and with your pale skin, you kind of look like
Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln.
Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln.
Not Denzel?
No.
Not Denzel in Flight?
You're a little too light.
You look like, you remind me of Tommy Lee
Just
Jones
because
in
you have
Lincoln.
dark hair does not make you a black man.
The 13th Amendment will...
Did Tommy Lee Jones have the black wife?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
Don't give away the movie. movie.
Oh, they gonna already won the Oscar. You sure do, Tom. You need a sister in your bedroom, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
I have to.
That's what you need.
I was hoping for Denzel, and I've got.
You look like,
You don't look like
you
Denzel.
look like a slave owner.
Christy hit it on the nose. You do look like Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln.
Did you hear what she just said?
No.
He look like a slave owner.
I look like a slave owner.
That was for me today, Tom.
Oh, yes. Look at that.
It'd be very uncomfortable.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Well,
as far as I know, that. Never mind. We'll just move forward.
Moly. Miss Pat could be your Sally Hemings. How about that?
We were reviewing the fantasy date with Ralph and Christy Lee. And interestingly enough, Ralph said you'd pick her up in your Mini Cooper.
Yeah, pick her up in the Cooper.
Take her to a sushi place.
Take her to a sushi place and
ask
some good music.
Ask her about her day and what she's interested in.
And then a little dancing.
Yeah. That's impressive.
And see when you got
Most
when you're
men
dealing
don't
with
take you dancing.
Oh yeah, you got to go dancing. You got to let your hair down. Oh yeah. Touch her a
Are
lot.
you drinking?
You drinking more than me. Yes, indeed.
Well, back up one. Touching her a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
you touch her
when you dance.
What I know about Christy, and you can feel out whether a woman likes to be touched. You know, and you touch her, you just make body contact, but not like you're trying to feel her up, but just put your hand on her back every now and then. You know, and on the small of her back.
Let it slide down.
No, it's just you can feel it.
you are.
You
Now, let me
can
ask you,
feel it.
what
A
would-
woman is like an
what
instrument.
What would you wear?
Practically nothing.
If we're going to sushi, don't wear a suit. Don't put a suit on. It's just you just casual. Just put a nice summer sweater on or something like that.
You wear cologne?
Just a little bit, not too much.
What kind do you wear?
I go with Gucci Envy. You know,
Really? Do you have that on now?
Yeah.
Christy, give him a snort.
Get in there.
And
oh my God!
Did you
very
lick him?
clean.
Did you lick him?
I think she did. That was nice.
Tom's gonna get whipped.
I gotta hit that.
Yes, you do, Tom.
He's very clean.
Really good.
This is creepy.
You know that I'm getting a little creeped out here. Woo, look at that.
Tom, you look like you. Tom, you look like your adopted son has just graduated college. You're over there.
And this is the one from Cambodia, and this is the one from Africa.
I want to smell Christy now.
I didn't put on anything.
That was hilarious.
Oh my
I was told not to
God.
wear
That smells good, Ralph.
Does Ralph smell better than Christy?
No,
He's wearing cologne. I'm not. That's not fair.
Christy smells like her shampoo. She smells good. But no, Ralph you smell great. What's that stuff called?
It's called Gucci Envy.
It's
in a
very clean smell.
Yeah, it's nice.
That is not bad.
Not
and see,
overpowering.
men have a tendency to put it on until they can smell it. You're not supposed
do that.
to.
No.
You spray it in the air
walk
just in
through
front of you
it.
and walk through it.
That's right.
That is
Spray and walk.
always enough. Just spray one time. Don't spray 4 or 5.
Spray and
just
walk.
one time.
See, I'm not a cologne
and
person,
trust that other people.
Now,
will
when you
smell it.
walk through, when you spray it, do you spray high?
No, you spray it
low.
about
You gotta
spray it
spray
about
below
neck,
your eyes,
neck
Bob,
and
or
chest
you'll
level,
burn.
And then
neck and
do you
chest level.
sprint through it real quick before it hits the ground? How do you do that? I've
But
never
how
heard
fast
of that.
are you going?
Yeah,
You stand there on the ready like it's a sprint.
So you spray and then you
Otherwise, you're going to have penis in there.
My goodness, it smells good.
Gonna hit you right in the.
So you got to move while it's kind of
Right.
I mean, if
about eye level.
if you're spraying chest high and walking through it, I'm sorry, you're going to be
Well,
in the
see,
boys.
the
That's
other
it,
thing
huh?
about scents is that women love to explore it too. So if they catch it, and then they'll try to go and look for it again a little later.
Oh, really?
Like, where was that?
Well,
You
maybe
are an
I should
amazing
just
guy.
coat it in.
I was raised by wolves, so I understand.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
I'm critiquing myself. It's on.
Yeah, you were.
That was okay. You all right over there?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Just doing some research over here.
All right.
Found some interesting stuff.
Fair enough.
Christy Lee is over there.
The Silac News Desk.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And the Chick McGee's at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. What are Dude Wipes, you ask? Well,
Dude wipes are your chance to get away from toilet paper. Horse and buggy toilet paper. Come on.
Crass.
Huh? Ben Franklin used toilet paper.
You don't want a grassy ass.
and he made a kite out of it.
Hang on a second.
It's new, by the way.
What did you say?
You don't want a crassy ass.
What did she say?
Crassy ass?
No, I said you don't want crack attack. That's when hours later
I
you
like
have...
crassy assy.
Oh, where you have toilet paper stuck in there?
No, what the hell? What are you doing back there? No, it's never mind.
Dump your toilet paper roll because wet cleans better than dry. Just makes good science. Try Dude Wipes for the best clean. Pants down. It's like a delightful shower in the middle of the day. Dude Wipes.
Thank you very much. Coming up, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. But first, the lady in the camo over there is Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. What's happening?
If you're just joining us, you missed Reno Collier. But when we had Reno in the air, we were talking about speeches because the Argentinian president, Javier Milei, has been accused of plagiarizing a large portion of his speech to the UN General Assembly from a political drama known as The West Wing. According to The Guardian, the political columnist Carlos Pagni first raised suspicions that Mr. Milei's speech bore extraordinary similarities to a monologue from the show's fictional president, Josiah Jed Bartlett, portrayed by
Martin Sheen.
That's correct. In episode 15, show's 4th season.
Oh.
This isn't the first time The West Wing appears to have made its way into political speeches. Former British Prime Minister Theresa May faced similar accusations during a 2017 conference, and in 2020, Australian politician Will Fowles was also accused of plagiarizing Bartlett.
Chicken Man!
Do you suppose that these people all have speech writers? I can't imagine they would know this.
The speechwriters?
No. I mean, this president,
you think
whatever.
the speechwriters did this, and the president did not know it was from that?
Yeah. Because they're going to get nailed, especially now.
Yeah, you
with
can
the internet.
check it so easily.
Isn't there, or did I dream this, that the college professors and things, they have something, there's some sort of app that you can plug a term paper into, and it tells you if you're being plagiarized or not? Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
Well, because it would be so easy to do now.
Yeah, and also, I with AI, presumably you could say, write a paper about T.S. Eliot's influence on blah. Who knows?
Although I've become quite taken with Mr. Sorkin. I pretty much love everything he's ever done. I don't know how that happened.
Didn't he write the famous speech in
Newsroom? The start of Newsroom with
the one
Daniel?
with Nicholson, and isn't that him? In
Chinatown?
Oh, no. You can't handle the truth. You want me on that wall.
Is that Sorkin?
I don't know. I think it might be.
Just kind of funny that. Have you seen a picture of this guy?
I have not.
Aaron Sorkin? He's a good looking.
No.
Aaron Sorkin, the president of Argentina?
Oh,
no. Javier Milei? I have not seen a picture of him.
What's his name?
Milei.
I'm not joking. Jeff, can you get up here and look at this? This guy, he either has on a terrible wig. He's the guy. Look at this thing. I mean, it looks like a fright wig, and he's got sideburns that would make Martin Van Buren jealous. He doesn't look insane.
Yeah, that's a weird.
What the hell is it with the hair?
I mean, it's who's the comedian that did that?
Oh boy, yeah, that is not a good look.
Who was the comedian in the '60s that had the huge head of crazy hair?
Gary Mule Deer?
No, but I mean, it's like a big poofy.
It does have some hair, man.
It looks like a helmet of hair, but it also looks like it would be easy to. That's like a wig, right?
Yeah.
If I saw this picture, I would say it was Benny Hill with a wig on. It looks comical.
Look how tiny his hands are. Check those out.
How do you?
It's kind of weird.
Maybe it's the angle of the photo.
No,
in any event,
tiny hands and a little penis is what I think.
Okay. Well, back to you, Christy Lee. Do we have this sweet? Can we do a sweet story?
I'm doing it right now. Authorities in Washington State are praising a 13-year-old dog who led deputies to her injured owner. According to the Stevens County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Wright was patrolling a rural area when he came upon a dog sitting in the middle of the road. The deputy tried to get the dog into his vehicle, but she refused, and a check of the surrounding residences failed to turn up an owner. When Deputy Wright returned, the dog took off toward an unmarked roadway toward a cabin. The deputy followed, ended up discovering an elderly man lying on the ground calling for help. The 84-year-old who had fallen and injured his leg would have faced serious consequences were it not for his dog. It turns out the man's dog, Gita, G-I-T-A, is a 13-year-old rescue dog and best friend of the gentleman in trouble, according to the Stevens County Sheriff's Office. Black and white doggy, cute.
Beautiful
dog.
I don't think
Look at Cheetah.
I don't think
it looks like he's part spaniel or some
shepherd.
Just a beautiful rescue dog. He's got all kinds of different fur, different color fur.
Hair.
I don't think my dogs would do that unless I came up with some pretzel peanut butter nuggets. Then maybe they'd go do something for me.
Maybe this is like an episode of Lassie, though. Sure. What a smart dog.
Why don't they have another TV show about a smart dog and friends and
like Lassie?
Whatever Lassie was about, yeah.
There is one.
Was that big crime and stuff?
It's called Hudson and Rex.
Hudson and Rex. There you go.
Rex is a police dog.
I smell Emmy. Is that right?
I think you'd like it.
I wouldn't.
If you never saw Lassie, Lassie was
a collie.
Yeah, a collie, of course. But they lived near some kind of mines every week.
God knows where they had forest fires. They had the mine collapse.
They had wells that would collapse.
They had no color in that town at all.
No
everything was in black and white.
Yeah, everything.
And did you know
well, except the people.
Oh,
and mostly white.
Yeah, they were all the Lassies were male dogs. And this is true. They would wear a doggy merkin, a pubic to cover up the old.
Cover up the wing.
I'm not sure why they did that, but that's what.
Why couldn't Lassie be a boy?
Well, the name like Lassie would have to be Laddie, I assume.
This looks like a Canadian production.
It is
Hudson and Rex. Yeah, I know. I recognize.
Yeah, they ain't making crap like that in America.
Oh, yes, they are. Is it good?
Which one's Rex?
I guarantee you
Rex is the dog.
Rex is the dog.
Yeah.
And the detective is Hudson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like fun. Well, it's time now to check in with Ace Cosby.
I'm not done looking over Hudson and Rex.
Well, you look it over while we listen to this.
Oh.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
What can you serve but never eat?
What can you serve but can never
I have a guess.
What?
But I'm not going to guess. I don't want to ruin the joke.
What?
A tennis ball.
Well, that was pretty obvious.
So these are these are like fortune teller
fortune cookies. Yeah,
fortune cookies.
That's a good one, Ace. Thank you.
That's a good one, Ace. Thank you.
Well, we got this on the Facebook today. Somebody asked, "Does anyone know someone who installs football goalposts?" The first response is from Paul, who says, "Try Willie's Goalpost Emporium. I heard they sell them pre-installed." Which, for those of you on the Willie Waterbed Warehouse
they
put them right in the
your
truck.
home, all put together. That's exactly right.
Pre-installed.
A family in Brooklyn says a family of raccoons caused $100,000 worth of damage to their home. According to the New York Post, the animals ran wild within Alice and David Zelensky's $1.2 million Brooklyn home, causing mayhem. They reportedly defecated and urinated throughout, chewed through HVAC ductwork, as well as new electrical wiring and 8 insulation. The damage was described as, and this is the Post's words, not mine, a rampage of poop.
Didn't they open for Korn in that last tour?
Alice Zelensky told the Post things came to a head early one morning last year when the raccoons came bustling through the HVAC access panel in our master bedroom, and we decided it was time to take legal action.
Oh, God.
After 3 appeals, a judge finally ruled that the owner of a neighboring vacant home from where the animals were gaining access needed to close up any access points. So they were running from the house next door into their house?
I'm assuming they were attached houses.
Oh,
in
I
Brooklyn,
see.
they're probably
like
it's
a
probably
double.
a bunch of rows and
Yeah, like a double.
But $100,000 in Brooklyn, that'll buy you I don't know what, a covered garage for a month and 4 lattes.
I don't know, man.
Those raccoons can be destructive.
We've had them here. We know.
I got a whole bunch of them in my yard.
In your yard?
Yeah.
Raccoons?
Yeah, they live. I see them all the time.
I have a couple of raccoon traps if you need them.
Yeah, remember the raccoons killed all his chickens.
Yeah, I used to.
They have thumbs.
To trap raccoons.
They have thumbs.
What do you do with them?
I drove mine out to a car auction place and let them go. Let them go in their parking lot.
Nice.
Is that right?
They could eat the eating the undercarriage wire.
14 of them.
Hang on a second. The next time you have to do that, can I get in on that? I
Oh, yeah.
see that. Okay.
Well, the catching them's the easy part. The release is the scary part.
I was going to say.
They're
mad. Not happy,
They
are
are
they?
not happy. And
They're mad, man.
if you're thinking about relocating raccoon, another thing I learned is when you put them in your trunk, they release all of their insides into your car. So then your trunk boot is pretty much.
They're not.
But when you release them, I found I brought a shovel and I put a shovel in front of the trap so they can't escape out. Then I open the door because it's like a door you have to almost reach into the cage.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's
then I
not
open
good.
the door and I pull the shovel out and I run like a girl across the street to the other ditch. And usually they run the other way.
Right.
But I had one run at me and I got the shovel ready, but it.
See, are you kidding? Who would want to help him do this?
No, I'm not.
It's fun.
That's a party, man.
The only problem, you got to do it at like 11 at night after the other place is shut down.
Oh, absolutely.
But at least you're not, throwing them in a river or something.
No, I'm
not. That's if the auto place doesn't work.
Why wouldn't you just release them back into the wild? Why an auto car place?
That's the wild. I live out in the country. it's far enough out.
Okay.
Nice place to park. Okay, thanks
Honestly,
very much.
that's why it has a nice pull off on the side of the road.
Gotcha. Boy, it turns out a young guy who had complained about a mysterious bad smell for 2 years. This is a young boy, had a metal screw stuck in his nose.
Was his name Philip?
No, Flathead. Alan. Oh, no,
Alan Flathead.
Either one would work, I think.
The unnamed 7-year-old told his parents he was experiencing a bad smell but was unable to describe it. His parents initially ignored his complaints, but when they became more frequent, they took him to a doctor who found a mysterious black mass in his nostril.
Hey, now.
The foreign object was surgically removed, and after cleaning off several layers of nasal secretions and dried pus, doctors determined it was a metal screw. He has since made a full
They mean
recovery.
boogers.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You're in the operating room. You think it'd be just like, when you're on those things, you're up on a ladder.
Ugh.
You say to your girlfriend, I need a screwdriver. You're balancing up there. She brings a flathead. You need a Phillips. You think the doctor removing the thing is, do we have a screwdriver? Go get one of the maintenance guys, get a screwdriver, and he brings you the flathead.
Ain't it always
I need a Phillips. It's the first rule of being a handyman.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Christy Lee.
Certainly.
Now, it's a fun time. I will mention the fun that Chick McGee had with the shoe-in of the week. A big week for you, all posted.
Oh, yeah.
And you did a great job. This past week, what was the record for you this week?
7-3.
Yeah.
7-3 for the week.
Very, very nice. And you picked against Travis Schaefer. He picked 4 of the games, and I believe he got 3 of the 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And I'll remind you that you can get in on the action, if you will, with some special picks. We'll be talking about those coming up tomorrow. Right now, Willie G talking about having some fun with some prize picks.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible for all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less in their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play. You can still cash out even if the lineup isn't perfect. Last week, 2 out of 3 of my picks hit, but I still got paid out with flex play from Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code TOM and get a $50 credit instantly when you play only $5. That's code TOM on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Thank you, Willie. Have some fun with Prize Picks. We got a link at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. I've got something that'll cheer you up. We often record announcements for various stations along the Bob and Tom radio network.
Right.
And the other day...
I'd hope you'd forgotten about this.
The other day we were recording something, and you guys, as usual, were...
I honestly forgot about it. I do not know what this is.
Are you kidding?
I'm not.
We were joking around.
So we were reading this commercial for an interesting place, a fine place, and We had to. These are what you would call an outtake version of it, where will not be.
We're not going to put them on our albums. The 50 studio outtake album.
Oh, see, people would want to hear that.
It's like the Beatles again.
Just like they'd want to hear Josh yesterday saying something bad.
Slip of the.
He just said the S word.
It was an accident. I shouldn't be doing that.
FCC doesn't recognize that as the so-called S word.
I was in a vulnerable spot.
I know you were.
I've apologized. I had no idea. I thought it was part of the gag. Once again, Josh and Chip dressed up as the girls in the little girl twins in The Shining. It was brilliantly hilarious.
It was very funny.
Everything about it was funny. I think we have some photographs in the various Bob and Tom social media
wigs,
platforms.
by the way. Hands off to you.
Yeah, I may have kept it.
Okay, here we go. This is.
I would have.
Well, this is what it sounds like when we've had a long day. We're trying to record a few.
Yeah, if you think we don't get along on the air, wait till you hear this.
So this has been beeped. This is the beep one, I'm assuming, over here, Dean. Okay.
Oh my God! No, why would he give you a non-beeped version?
Maybe he's. Well, Dean's close to retirement. He might like to see the
But see, and maybe it's me, but it's like, well, of course, he forgot to beep everything. Yeah.
Do you guys remember the time that happened?
One time.
That's one of my favorite things ever.
In 90,000 shows, one time, he forgot to beep it.
God, that was funny.
It was funny.
We were playing back something that had been beeped, but they just missed one of them.
Yes.
And the one they missed was the big one.
I'll blow your... Oh, God. Yeah.
Head off.
Okay, so here we go. Here's how it goes. We're trying to read a commercial.
Bless you.
Knock that off.
Out. Off. Anytime, Tom. What, are you having a little moment there? A little tea? He's rolling. Yes.
I thought you gave me the wait sign. Sorry, they're all chomping at the bit in here.
Might as well be on the air. Hi. You thinking about for Thanksgiving?
I'm sexually frustrated just trying to fill out the damn dating app.
How about adult toys, lingerie, lubes, lotion, potions?
Okay, here we go. It's the Low Country's premier adult store. What kind of stuff do they have, Chick?
What kind of stuff do they have, Tom?
Adult toys. Ooh. So you're supposed to answer.
Oh, sorry.
What kind of stuff do they have, Chick?
Well, adult toys, lingerie, lubes, lotions, potions.
Leave the family fireworks at the Thanksgiving table and have some fireworks in the bedroom with your loved one.
Oh, did you guys know that has the best bachelorette supplies?
Oh, cool. I know they have fun furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh?
Yes.
For you?
Yes.
A straw?
Well, they probably have those. I don't know that I would sip from one. But...
Right.
And, of course, Josh, they have novelties.
All right.
You're novel.
Now, Josh, why don't you do the tag at the end?
Let's see. Of course, novel.
Son of a bitch.
That's
it's the only part. The only part you read verbatim. It's pretty simple. That means in Latin, read the whole.
Sorry. The Low Country's premier adult store, 2992 Ashley Phosphate Road, or online at guiltypleasuressc.com.
Why does it always sound like you're running out of air when you read stuff? Online at
It doesn't not sound at all like that. God, Tom.
He goes at the end. He goes at Guilty Pleasures. He can barely get this. He's out of air.
Yeah, I did run out of air there.
And we learned what verbatim meant.
I knew what it meant.
Well, you were going so slow. We had places to go.
What kind of furniture do they have?
I don't know.
Well, here's what happened.
Guilty. Go online and look it up.
I'm sure
bet they have
sex chairs or swings.
Do they sell those? Do they sell those male member straws?
Haven't you ever had a Chinese basket job?
I'm going to say no.
That?
Well, she hangs in a basket and then you put her on and you spin her. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
I'm going to have to try this.
What is then she vomits all over you? That sounds awful. What a weird, kinky guy you are.
That's how sexy Tom is.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Giant because a colleague of mine, Tony Robbins, wrote Awaken the Giant Within, Bob.
Uh-huh.
And if we have time, I'd like to explain the difference between me and Tony Robbins, one of the most successful.
I'd love to know.
A couple $1 million?
Well, no, not really. You know, Tony Robbins wrote a book, as you know, called Awaken the Giant Within. Sold over 20 million copies. And in this book, Christy, Mr. Robbins postulates, that means theorizes, that everyone has a giant within them just waiting to break out and do fabulous things. Well, I think that's a crock of, you know what I mean. I think if you feel you have a giant within you, you're probably constipated.
Yeah.
Yeah. My new book, Meet Me in the Middle, is an answer to Zig Ziglar's See You at the Top. See, I think we are our own worst enemy, and the sooner that people realize that in the success world, we are our own worst enemy. Our middle name should be Versus. I don't believe, and I think Chick would agree with this, success is not something we reach as a final destination. Success is like an illness, isn't it? We have bouts of success, episodes of success, and then we fall down and flounder some more. And my book shows you how to take advantage of those times you do succeed and parlay those up. And there's a reason why I'm able to drive a 1987 Cadillac Fleetwood. I have 3 cars, 2 of which are running.
This afternoon, Gunner on Q95 has Grand Funk tickets. They'll be at the Palladium coming up on the 19th of October. That'll be fun.
That's me on harmonica. Good morning. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy and Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby.
This is nice.
Chick McGee at the Dude White Sports Desk. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Just sit around.
Very nice. Right.
Pass a J around.
Pass a J? Did you score a lid?
And then enjoy the rest of the morning? Maybe I did. Brother.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we have a couple things to get to in the world of... You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. I'll remind you of a couple quick things. We have a special show coming up. It's going to be featuring Jeff Oskey, who's right there next to me, Al Jackson, Pat Godwin, your host, Josh Arnold, at the Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort at their event center. Information's at grandfallscasinoresort.com. The evening in question is a Friday night, October 25th, and this is near Sioux Falls in Larchwood, Iowa.
Can't you talk normally?
What do you mean?
What does
The
that
evening
mean?
in question. Just say what night it is.
It's Friday night, October 25th.
Thanks.
There you go.
The evening in question.
What is it unquestioned for? What are they questioning it for? Is it on trial?
The year of our Lord 2024 in the Commonwealth of blah blah.
Well, it's not a Commonwealth.
There we go. Here we go again.
It's a distinction that I'm sure...
State.
I'm going to just stink you until you're unconscious.
Idle threats from the ignorati.
That's a good word. That is a good word. The ignorati. Hell of a word.
What's the difference between ignorati and ignoramus?
One of them I made up.
And one of them's in the room with me.
I remember they used to call the
Yes.
Probably can't say this more I think about it.
Okay.
It was a variation on literati for ladies. And that sounds like something you get at an Italian restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Could I get the glitterati? No cucumbers. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Today in history. Let's try October 7th.
Oh, that worked.
Okay. Let's see. That's kind of interesting. The moving assembly line made its debut at a Ford Motor Company factory in 1913.
Huh. You can have any color car you want as long as it's black.
Of course.
That's right.
That's what he said.
1959, the USSR.
Back
in the USSR.
Great song. Luna 4 space probe was able to see the so-called far side of the moon for the first time.
The lunatic
He's in the garage. Okay. By the way, did you see that Pink Floyd sold their catalog for was it 400 million?
And I think they got took. I'd start at $1 billion, right?
I don't know.
I think that'll do well.
Wouldn't you?
But
well, money's going to have to be for
someone will
Charles Schwab or something.
Yeah, some bank's going to undoubtedly do.
It's a hit.
1971. It's quiz time, Christy Lee.
Yep.
The movie The French Connection.
Oh boy.
Came out.
What year?
71.
Okay.
Did you pick your feet in Poughkeepsie? You sat on the edge of the bed and you picked your feet.
I did not see this film.
Oh, okay. Famous. Did you see it, Mr.
I was
Tronsky?
11 in 71. I was into the Brady
Okay, it's
Bunch.
What's your question?
I was asking who one of the stars of the film was.
The French Connection, a star.
Gene Hackman.
The answer would be Gene Hackman.
Oh.
And the other guy, Frenchie Short.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. That's very, very helpful. 1982. I'll give you a second chance. Christy.
Okay.
The stage play version of Cats, C-A-T-S.
Yes.
Not K-A-T-Z?
No. Okay. It's opened on Broadway. What is that based on?
What is it based on?
Yeah,
a bunch of cats.
What's the source?
What is the source?
Source material.
I don't know. It's a play about a bunch of cats.
The source was a T.S. Eliot
poem
book,
right?
Some poems. Which can you imagine? Because I don't imagine the T.S. Eliot state would rake in a lot. Famous poet.
Wait a minute, that's not right. It was Dr. Seuss.
No.
Cat in the Hat. Yeah.
No.
I saw that. I actually saw Cats, not the Broadway version, the touring version.
Can you guess when I went to see Cats what I didn't like about it?
Everything.
There was one particular thing that I didn't like. And anyone who knows me will know this
The
answer.
movie or the play?
The play.
The play, Cats.
The
would
I'll
be-
give you a hint. You're sitting there minding your own business.
Oh, they come out in the audience?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. And all of a sudden, there's a cat behind you, and everyone's laughing.
Yeah.
You didn't know there's a cat behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, it's Artie, the actor, is not a cat. And
so you didn't like it then?
Wouldn't that bug you? Or have you seen it in person?
No.
No, he is not a fan.
Did it bug you?
I like musicals. Not that one. Yeah, it's based on some. Can you imagine you're getting the amount of money that would bring in over the years?
Kitty cat.
Happy birthday, Joy Behar.
Oh.
Wow.
She's my favorite.
You hate her.
Where are we on her?
She was born in 1942.
Does American love her or despise her?
He doesn't like her. I know that.
Did you ever meet her on the comedy tour, the world there? Did you ever bump into her? No. Wait a minute, 42? So what is she, 80?
Yeah.
Whoa.
82.
Holy hell.
82?
Is that right?
That can't be right.
Well, no wonder she's so crabby.
No joke. She's all dried up.
80.
I'm sorry. From the clitorati. She's all dried up.
All dried up.
Yep, she's 82 years old.
Well, she has the best view on The View.
She looks great for 82. I have a new respect for her.
A view of what?
Well, she doesn't have to look at her.
She doesn't, unless there's a mirror there. She doesn't.
Sorry. Happy birthday to a friend of the show, Johnny Cooper. John Mellencamp, born in the state of 1951.
Oh. Happy birthday, John.
He's overdue. He needs to come back and say
Yeah, he does.
We have, this is a great guy, 1955, Yo-Yo Ma.
Oh, he can play a cello, can he?
He's a brilliant guy and a great player, of course, as well.
Can he play anything else, you think?
Yeah, probably any stringed instrument. Probably any instrument,
Well, you
actually.
don't know, maybe.
I'm not sure. I think if I saw at the record store, if there was such a thing, Yo-Yo Ma, the ukulele years, I might stay. This guy can do anything.
You think he could sit down and play the cello like he would the guitar?
Probably.
You know, without the bow?
He's obviously brilliant, but he's also a really witty and very interesting guy.
Yeah.
Highly
Oh, you act like you've seen it.
One of your favorites, Tom York. Aren't you a big fan?
I'm alarmed at how many Radiohead songs I like.
They just,
okay.
wasn't last week was Kid A's 20 year?
20th
or
25?
Yeah, something like that.
One of those.
Such a great album.
It's pretty good.
And happy birthday to Simon Cowell.
Oh, he's very successful.
Oh, inventor of the
One Direction.
the head covering.
Yeah?
What?
Oh, the cowl.
The cowl?
Batman, where's that?
Yeah.
It's named after him.
And then you got a cowl neck. You got a nice turtleneck out of the deal.
Oh, I do like a chunky sweater with a cowl neck.
You know, I don't even know what that means, and I'm glad.
Of course you don't.
You don't know what a chunky sweater is.
You don't know what a cowl neck is?
I don't own a sweater.
Like a big turtleneck, only.
I hate sweaters. I haven't owned one for 40 years.
And no sweatpants either.
Nope.
That's why our relationship never worked. You didn't want to lay around the house with me.
That's correct.
In our chunky sweatpants.
Hate sweatpants. Do you wear sweatpants?
Nope.
Why don't you wear sweatpants?
I'm not a fan.
Really?
You can't put your wallet in them.
Yeah,
they fall out. They're slid. To me,
You
they
don't
just
need anything but your phone now anymore anyway.
your phone's going to flop around in there.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Put Tom on this.
Yeah. Now, well, thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to send us your love letters or whatever. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.